Hello, everybody. Excuse me, frog in my throat. How are we all? You're not going to see much of this today because you're going to be seeing a lot more of this. And we've got someone else with us as well. We've got Andy. I'm getting rid of my ugly mug.
Hello. I've no idea if Gareth can actually hear me, mine, but Gareth, can you hear me? Yes, but I can't hear you. Why can I not hear you?
Can anybody else hear me if I don't use this screen?
Ah, I can hear you now.
Oh, am I going to have to leave this screen on? Oh, let me see. Yeah, that's what it is, isn't it? Oh, I might have to leave this on then. Oh.
Are you crossing your streamers or something?
Well, I thought adding another camera and keeping the... Let me have a little fiddle around. Andy, I'll let you chat.
Oh, thanks very much. Yes, well, I'm inverted, which is going to be slightly confusing for me because that's my top, but it's your bottom. So that's rather curious. So, Gareth has very kindly, oops, crunch, bang, wallop, smack, very organised here. Sorry, Gareth has kindly proffered me with this RX-78-2 Gundam kit because I don't know what I'm doing, and so I was afraid to try and build my DiX in case I completely mess it up on screen. So I'm going to be trying to use this. If I were clever, I would be able to invert my camera, but my camera only mirrors, and I wanted to flip it vertically, and I don't know how to do it. So I'm not even going to attempt to play with it because it'll probably end up doing all sorts of horrible breaky things if I try it. You've now muted yourself, Gareth. And now you're unmuted, but I can't hear you. Unless I am, in fact, muting myself. I don't think I'm muted. No. I can't see any chat in this. Why can't I see chat in the way I'm looking at it? Let's get rid of that.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Right, okay. So I'm going to have to keep this this on, sadly. I've even got blooming arms of... Yeah, you know.
Got you. Okay, here we
go. Can you not see the chat?
No, that's okay. I've found it now. I'm on it. I'm on it like a car bonnet.
Oh, is he now? Okay.
Martin's on.
I'll start off. Hello, Gap. How are you, sir? How are you indeed? I had a great Christmas. Did Andy have a great Christmas? Andy's not listening again.
Sorry, say again. Sorry, I was fiddling with the light.
Did you have a nice Christmas, Andy?
Yes, I had a very sort of driving Christmas in that I was in the car for approximately 5.5 hours of Christmas Day. But yeah,
dear.
But it was quite nice because the roads were quite quiet, and I think I got to North Wales in under 2 hours, which is impressive. Yeah, so and I'll have you know I was obeying the speed limit at all times.
Oh, we could see. Joe's letting us know he could see your sausages. I mean, fingers.
Yes, indeed.
Hello, Pete.
Big fat fingers.
Hey, see. Hello there. Haven't seen you in the chat for a while. Mr. B. Mr. B's with us. He can hear us loud and clear.
I was watching Mr. B driving on the wrong side of the road earlier.
Oh, really?
True story.
I'm sure it was the correct side of the road where he is.
It was actually, yes. Spoilers. Yeah. But yeah.
I thought it might be.
Oh, there's nothing in the inside.
We've got Spectrum Joe as well. Hello. You know, you were at the NEC yesterday, and yet I didn't bump into you. That's got to be a first, Joe.
That is shocking.
Yeah, hope you had a great time anyway.
Who would have thunk it?
A wonderful Christmas, thank you, Pete.
I need to hold that up.
Phil's with us as well. Hello, Phil. I'm Martin. Martin's with us.
Telling you exactly what I'm building. Look,
this is a comedy show tonight. It will be.
It's always a comedy show. We do our best.
It's going to be a double Gundam. Ed was supposed to be joining us. I don't know where he is. Where's Sooty? Where's Sooty? Well, the problem was I ran out of toilet paper and I had to use something.
You.
He didn't complain. Tried tapping on the side a little bit, but he never complained.
Why? What? Why? What? Oh, is that for the for when?
Jumpy, hello. How are you, sir?
Is this a lightsaber thing?
Beam saber.
Beam saber. For purposes of trademark copyright, it's a beam saber, everybody.
I'm not sure how much IP creators in Japan cared about foreign IP in 1979, so I don't know.
Speaking of IP,
yes, I know. Brought to by the Cosmic Group. That is not me. That is nothing related to me at all. But I am going to be hopping off the chat soon, otherwise I'm never going to get anything built.
there is that.
I spectate. Have I missed somebody? I was on about Spectral Clipper, I think, isn't he?
Gunpla.
Rolando! Hello, Rolando. How are you?
Hello, Rolando.
Best
Can everyone hear me all right, by the way?
Really?
I've got a new mic.
Wow. Yes, I saw your video.
Is it still working then?
It's working, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
I'll be honest with you, I couldn't tell the difference.
No, only I can probably really tell the difference simply because it's just is better, basically. It's more direct on, so I think it's just going to be clearer, hopefully. That's my hope anyway. Head, body, arms, waist.
Probably put
legs,
on the spaceship
right.
again. Okay.
Hello there, Retro Toy Guy Sai. Retro Toy Guy Sai. Retro Toy Guy Sai.
Which sidekick?
Oh, there's lots of small print.
Well, I didn't, Joe. The sidekicks that you put forward are all existing IPs. I can't just take someone else's property and start using it as my own. It doesn't work like that. I'd get into a lot of trouble for it. Yes, hello, Retro, Mr. Toy Guy Sai. We'll go with Sai. Shall we go with Sai? We'll go with Sai.
Uh-oh.
Oh, we've got someone else with us as well. No, we're not talking about biscuits.
There's instructions and
Hello,
everything.
Mark. How are you? Did you have a nice Christmas?
Hello, Marky Mark. Ooh,
Just tuning in while cooking. Well, it's something to listen to, isn't it? I don't know. Josh is with us. I don't know how interesting the conversation is going to be because we're going to be focusing on the things that we're trying to build if I ever get through all this chat.
Yeah, and at some point I have to bob off entirely as well, so we'll have to see how things go. Mm-hmm. Right, let's see if I can assemble a head. If I can find a head.
Strangely enough, that's what mine starts me off with first.
Yeah,
I'm here. It starts with to build the head. I need 6 sprues or runners. How mad is that? I've already cut off the first 3 pieces because I wanted to test out my new presents, which is
yes,
I bought them for myself.
I got this. I got this a while ago. I got these a while ago when I was going to get my.
Oh, well, you shouldn't need yours.
So my DX. No, I know I shouldn't know, but I'm just wondering if they'll get through the plastic bag.
I will show the audience what it is I'm building. I am building a Gundam kit. It's a rather large Gundam kit.
And yours is bigger than mine.
Look at it at the side of my head.
That is a large Gundam kit. I can confirm.
Yes, the runners are all numbered in according to letters, and I got as far as N before giving up. N. That's halfway through the bloody alphabet. Right. So, and we've got Adam with us as well. Hello, Adam. Yeah. Well, I thought one of us would be building Lego, but we're all doing Gundam by the look of it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Drink of tea. And then you all get a close-up of my ball patch on the top of my head as I start focusing downwards. Okay, so this one and this one. I've already cut the first 3 pieces off, so this is going to be quite quick, and then it'll get really slow.
Well, that's just cheating. Good lord! How
You've seen the size of that box.
I'm going to need a telescope to see some of these pieces.
There we are. They're all connected. I'm done. Right, I'm off. Do you not have a magnifying glass with you?
There is one in the house actually, because it wasn't actually for this purpose in particular, but I did get one the other day, funnily enough.
Yeah, it might be worth you grabbing it.
Yeah.
Now,
Actually, that was a waste piece. That was probably a strategic error on my part.
I read the instructions for a pair of clippers, you know. It's amazing when you spend quite a bit of money on something so simple. It makes you want to make sure that you're using them properly. And it does say not to use them on translucent plastic. So over to the cheap, crappy ones. And my God, there's a difference.
You're not kidding about needing the magnifying glass. These are supposed to pop off the sprue, aren't they?
They're supposed to do, yeah. You might have to twist sometimes.
Problem is, I'm now terrified of breaking them where I shouldn't break them in trying to get them off.
Yes, Adam, we're indeed building Gundam.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Well, he is. I'm just in a sort of gibbering wreck trying not to break anything.
The concentration, Martin says. You can feel it from where he is.
I'm using the force. I'm just sort of...
apparently I need a sticker.
I'm going to go and find a magnifying glass because...
Very wise. In order to use the clear parts effectively... Look at that English language on Japanese instructions. This is incredible. In order to use the clear parts effectively, use 3 and do not use 6. Okay. Why does it say that? So those eyes that you can see, black with the green, they're 6. And I'm not supposed to confuse them for that silver piece there. Okay. And they go on the back of A16. Where's A16? Can I use my other clippers for this? I can. So what did everyone get for Christmas? Are you going to tell us in the chat what you all got for Christmas? Hey? Was Santa kind to you? You spend more time cleaning these parts up than you do anything else. And that's because I've got those nice, snazzy new clippers. I'm frightened of taking out half of the part with the, the super clean cut.
He should wear it later.
Just saying, what wonderful things did people get for Christmas?
Well, I got my new microphone.
Was that a Christmas present?
Yes, it was from me to my good self.
Okay. Yeah, that's what most of my... Well, no, I tell a lie. Not what most of my Christmas presents were, but probably my better ones.
I've got... what else did I get? I've got a green screen now.
Oh,
which I haven't actually played with yet, but it may just end up being a bit of a drapey thing for my normal gaffer tape setup. I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes. I've always sort of hankered after one just so I could do something with my background generally, but Just have to see how it goes, really. So A215. Okay. And B1. Where's B1?
Oh,
1.
Mr. B picked up a Hot Toys Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and MT Brother. Oh, my brother got me an HP laptop. Wow.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Wow.
Shiny.
Joe got himself an Xbox Series X. Very nice.
Oh, very nice.
Adam's got a green screen too, and now has a full setup for stop motions with rocks and everything. Wowzers.
Cool.
A friend of mine from the community says Mr. B got him an airbrush, and another person got him that Black Series carbonized TIE Fighter pilot and Royal Guard. Oh, nice. They come as a 2-pack, don't they? Adam says now he's waiting for his mum and dad to take him to the shop. If you mean my shop, you're going to have to wait until next week. I've got a whole other week off yet. Yeah. Phil says someone got him Funko. Think we need a giveaway, Gareth. Joe says knowing you similar probably got him a full Bounty Hunter tin. I don't really understand that. Oh, I got a Lego Batman 89 version, Batmobile.
Oh, very nice. What, big? How big?
Oh, yeah, because there's 2 versions, isn't there? Yeah.
Well, I've got the huge one, but
Big
I don't know
one,
if
yeah.
it wants to exist.
Palitoy Action Force Silent Attack, Galoob A-Team, Hannibal, and a Mask Fire Force. Well, Si, you've done very well there.
Well, that was your last. That was your last 18 one you needed, wasn't it, Si? If I recall that video thumbnail correctly.
Oh, wow! Look at the difference that makes. See if you can see the difference that makes. Okay, so it's not really focusing, is it?
It won't focus. Focus.
Not really focusing. Maybe you'll see it there, and then you put that in there, and you can't actually see the difference even in blur. There we go.
If I were a B1,
Nice.
it might be. A3.
Right, I understand now. In order to use the clear parts effectively, use 3 and do not use 6, because 3 has just put a foil sticker behind the eyes, and 6 is a foil sticker that you put over the front of the eyes. So, yeah, if you put that over the front of the eyes, it's not really going to let you see what 3's doing, is it? Jeepers creepers.
I'm sure that made sense to you.
Yeah. Right, Sprue B, number 5.
What? B1. Why is it bouncing across different sprues all the time?
They do. They do. That's a little bit of the downside. You can end up flicking through sprues to try and find the right one. Now, a customer did actually clip off all the parts before trying to assemble one of his.
Oh no!
Yeah, and he realised his mistake as soon as it came to, oh, what number do I need? Oh, the numbers are on the sprue.
And this is giving me Zoids flashbacks, I must admit. Because Zoids used
It was
to.
the small Lego set that Si got.
Oh yeah.
Also went to watch Sonic 3 in the cinema, did Adam? Oh, he's been very lucky it's Christmas. Mr. B's got a toy shop owner question. You're having a 50% off sale. Someone wants to buy it. Do you sell it or take it from the customer with no sale? Oh, sorry, it jumped then. You're having a 50% off sale and you cleared all your consignment pieces from the floor, but you forgot to remove something and someone wants to buy it. Do you sell it or take it from the customer with no sale? It would depend on what it is.
I've got a funny story on that front.
Oh, go on then.
Well, me and my lad were persuaded that we should go out to eat on Christmas Eve. So an establishment was duly booked, local to ourselves, and we arrived there, and it basically had a Christmas menu on the table. And the Christmas menu alleged that for every Monday to Thursday over the Christmas period, they would be serving this menu. So I then proceeded to order off said menu, only to be denied the existence of that menu on Christmas Eve of all days. So basically, your Christmas menu is not available on Christmas Eve. No, sir.
Right.
Right. can I offer you a turkey sandwich, sir? I said, no, you can't. I'm here for a hot meal, oddly enough, given that I just ordered one. So, no, could I have something else off the menu instead, please? It's like, really? Are you seriously offering me a sandwich when I've just tried to order a Christmas meal and you're offering me a sandwich instead? That was kind of the way the entire experience then proceeded after that.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, that's one word for it.
Yeah. We went to Hickory's on the 23rd.
Hickory's?
Hickory's. It's sort of like supposed to be a Southern American style restaurant, and we were only going for a snack because we were sort of like running late for lunch, but we had tea, our dinner planned already at home. And as soon as I was going through the door and I saw the sort of like the sandwich board outside, the A board, I was like, oh my God, we're coming back here. And we will be going back there at some point. Very, very nice. We ended up getting sort of like just off the cheap part of the menu. I think they call it sub and soda. So a burger or a sandwich and a soda, 12 quid. Now, bearing in mind the charge £4.25 just for the sodas, I thought that was quite good. And it was wonderful. I got a Philly cheesesteak type sandwich, and yeah, it was really nice. Now, I'm not going to say out loud what I'm looking for because I'll get a lot of abuse for it. There we are. I found it. It's the letter D. And I need number 3 from it. Don't think I'll need to clean this up.
Right. Looks right.
How's the chat going? Logan Jost rather says that Sonic 3 is a masterpiece. Bloody masterpiece.
Well, you never know. It might be. He's got some very good people in it as voice actors, if nothing else.
I did actually listen to one of the trailers for it the other day, one of the adverts, and it's rattling off this list of actors, and I'm like, wow, this is one hell of an A-list thing. I looked up and I was like, Sonic 3?
They must have a decent budget for it to be able to fork out for those sorts of actors to just be voices in it. Right, A2. It's like playing battleships then. A2.
He's saying the giant Godzilla was $400, but would be $200 with the sale. See, unfortunately, that's already had a deposit left on it, so it's already sold. That's how you get around that one, Mr. B. That's how you get around that one. Yeah, Sonic 3 is a masterpiece. Yeah, okay.
B12.
TJ, hello there. How are you?
Hello, TJ.
Martin, I got varied things for Christmas. Aftershave, vouchers. His best present was a stormtrooper with a tripod laser cannon. No idea where you got that from. Glad you liked it. See, that's what I do to try and get rid of stock. I give it all away at Christmas. Right, so this goes in there.
How do I safely detach them? Oh, okay. Like that, apparently. Okay. You're probably going to have finished about 90% of yours by the time I finished the head.
I'm still on with the head. Stickers again. In order to use the clear parts effectively, use 1 and 2. Do not use 4 and 5.
This is just reminding me that I need to go to the opticians. Is what this is doing.
Of course, you still haven't built that DiX, have you?
Oh no, not yet. But this is good. This is a good warm up for it, though. I'm feeling.
Practice.
I'm viewing this as a warm up. I'm really hoping the Diax is a slightly more friendly scale. Oh, okay, all right. Okay, that's looking vaguely Gundam heady. He's not looking at his screen.
Sorry. Oh, yes, yeah.
Okay.
I've never done an entry grade one. I dive straight in at the next level up, which is high grade. It sounds posher than it is. It's certainly not posh. It's literally just, you know, if that's level 1, it's level 2, and there's like 4 or 5 different levels, so it's not as posh as it sounds. I think high grade is looked at sort of like normal and general type ones.
What's the maximum grade?
Perfect. At least I believe it's perfect grade. Which this one I'm building is about the size of a perfect grade. It just happens to be a very big Gundam in the show.
Right. Okay.
Right, so those metallic parts go on the inside of that then? Because that's not really very clear.
Has there been
1 and 2 and don't use panel. Okay.
Has there been an Ed announcement at all? Do we know if he's
He's
coming?
not here, does he? So I don't know if he's coming on.
A1, 2. So did they just do the sprues? But I suppose they've different parts on different sprues by virtue of the color changes, aren't they?
Well, I think there's that, and there's also spacing so that they use less plastic sprues. I assume. Oh, right, okay. That's where you put the stickers. Bleeding hell, really?
There's not a sort of before and after picture that will help you.
Probably somewhere on the internet.
Oh, I was thinking there might be one on the box, silly me, but
No. It's very nice artwork on the box.
826.
I did that the wrong way around.
On 182.
I did that the wrong way around.
Also A2. How can I have A2 A2s? Oh. That's 826, isn't it?
Has anybody watched anything good over Christmas?
I watched the Gavin and Stacey Christmas special.
Okay, I'll say again. Has anybody watched anything good?
Ooh, it was. Oh, come on! It's the end of an era. I mean,
I've never watched a single episode.
No, it's not. I don't know quite why. I don't think I've watched every episode, but I roughly know the characters, so I thought it'd be rude not to, really.
Okay.
I haven't watched Doctor Who because I've heard people panning it.
I've heard a lot of people panning it as well, yeah.
Fairly relentlessly, apparently. So, okay. Onto that.
Oh, bless Si. He was on your channel.
No.
He stopped chats. He was a bit lonely on the other one.
Sorry.
Welcome aboard, Si.
He's back.
Oh, TJ's only got 42 to go until she hits 1K. Excellent.
Wonderful.
Well done.
Okay, like that. It's quite good that I mean,
Moana 2. It beat Moana 2 and Lion King prequel. Okay.
I was having a strange sort of flashback time of it because I was switching between Labyrinth and Armageddon.
Gap says, has this building stream been sanctioned by Top Gun Modelling School of Salacious Rum? It hasn't. However, I did set it at the time it's at in order to avoid him if he was going ahead with his. Did he go ahead?
And he did go ahead. Yes, you
He
see,
did?
so I was right.
Excellent.
You see, I was
Very good. How long did he run for?
quite a while. I was on it. I was in the chat for a good hour or so, I think, at least.
Excellent.
So I think it had been going for an hour before I realised it was going. So
Right. Okay. Cool.
A2 17.
I know what happened to Mark, but I will not say in the chat. Oh, right. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, if you could find a way of letting me know, I'd be thrilled. How is the bounty? Oh, right. Okay.
So this is. I mean, I have to say this is really good in the sense that it's a bit like doing a Kinder Surprise egg, only on a bigger scale.
Yes, the brilliant.
The size of the parts are sort of, it's But yeah, definitely. I'm so glad I had a magnifying glass to hand though, because my eyesight would not have lent itself to doing this. It has to be said.
Phil's watched Wallace and Gromit.
Yes, I watched Wallace and Gromit as well. I thought it was rather good.
Yeah,
I was waiting.
I would have watched it if I had live TV.
I was waiting for the gag at the end, and it did arrive, and I was.
Oh, good. I'm glad it didn't disappoint. Doctor Who was terrible. Watch Die Hard. It's a Christmas film.
Oh yeah, I caught Die Hard as well. Actually, it would. I felt it again. I felt it would have been rude not to.
Watched Casablanca for the first time. Did Sam?
Yippee-ki-yo, muddy funksters.
Doctor Who special sucked.
Oh dear.
Miracle on 34th Street and Wallace and Gromit.
Much suckage.
2 hours and 20 minutes rum stream. All right. Okay. Cool. I don't even use Twitter, but okay. Doctor, oh dear, seriously, just because your main actor can cry on demand doesn't mean you need to do it 3 times in one episode. Yeah, he's going to be known as the Crying Doctor, isn't he? We've had the Flying Doctor, can you remember that TV show, The Flying Doctor? We've got the Crying Doctor now.
I thought it was the Flying Doctors.
That's right, yes. I want the Doctor Who is going to get cat. I'm fairly sure it will do, to be honest with you. I don't think it'll get the series.
But isn't it Disney these days? So I don't even know if BBC's got command and control over it anymore.
Disney have offered some financial backing, which has been used on series 1 and 2, and they've not confirmed to continue that backing for season 3 yet.
I was saying.
Which is why I think there may not be a series 3. Unless they get another financial backer, I suppose that's always entirely possible.
Yes. Was anyone having problems with their Disney earlier, by the way?
I've not had any. No.
Disney Plus, no.
Oh, this looks quite cool. Right, I need D2. I tell you what, though, the argument that has been spouted by a lot of people, which I will say, I think there's some merit to this argument that modern, the complaints about viewing figures being so low is a reflection of how we consume our entertainment nowadays.
Yeah.
And I actually do support that to a degree, but I think that the viewing figures from Christmas Day has blown it out of the water to some degree, because Gavin and Stacey had like 13 million.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it did really well.
Yeah. Wallace and Gromit had 9 million. Doctor Who came in with 4. Which was straight after it, wasn't it? So I'm sorry, but if people are tuning in to see those 2 programs on the same channel on the same day, that argument doesn't stack up anymore, I don't think.
The thing is that's a sort of a Christmas family tradition thing, isn't it? It's trying to get everyone into the same room at the same time to watch the same thing, which is tough these days.
Yeah, but then they all turned off when Doctor Who started.
Well,
I think that's very, very telling, to be honest with you. Everyone, oh no, I'm not quite there. I was just going to say I have a head, but I'm not quite there. There's a couple more pieces to go on it. I thought I'd done the head, but I haven't.
I was hoping that Ed would arrive before I had to pootle off because I'm going to try and pootle off.
If you have to go, you have to go. They'll have to put up with me rambling.
Well, I say I will be back, but I'm not quite sure how long this round trip's going to take me.
No problem. No problem. A1, number 2.
It would help if I was looking at the right sheet, wouldn't it?
Yeah, you do need to keep track of where you are.
Indeed. It's funny because I remember when I used to do Zoids. I mean, it was fewer pieces than this for the little ones, at least. But then, of course, you had all the pegs that you had to put on things to keep it all together. Whereas this is avoiding this.
Is someone gone?
So that's that way.
Action Podcast. Hello there. Or is it Mark that's gone? Or Brooks? Right, okay. Take care, Mark. Hope you have a great new year too.
Oh, Mark's off. Okay, Happy New Year, Mark.
Martin remembers Young Doctors, an Australian soap.
Yes. I also recall those.
My Twitter would be Cosmic Toys. I just don't use it. I think if you squeeze new Doctor Who figure, it cries. Yeah, they should do a Tiny Tears version of
tears. Yes, real tears.
Sai had trouble tuning. He had trouble turning the woke setting off on Disney. Joe also watched Starship Troopers. Jumpy saw Gremlins, Wizard of Oz, the original, Blade Runner, Final Cut, Ghostbusters 2, Batman 89, still to watch.
Okay.
Cool. Sounds like
I need to make a list.
Oh, and Godzilla -1 on Blu-ray. Oh. Can't beat Batman 89. No, but Batman Returns comes close. Doctor Who writers need to focus more on the sci-fi than the gender politics. It's why I don't watch. I'll be honest with you, I stopped watching during Peter Capaldi's run. And I didn't even get to Jodie Whittaker. I got a little bit sick of the, hello, my name's Bill and I'm gay. Oh, right. Okay, we introduce ourselves that way now, do we?
Well, stick a badge on your chest and go around like that.
Yeah. Apparently, Gavin and Stacey was pure dire. Okay. Thank you to whoever just subbed. 37 to go, says TJ. Doctor Who has huge problems caused by the Beeb and Russell T Davies. At this point, who knows if it will ever get back to the glory days. I don't think it'll ever get back to the glory days. It will need to be completely reinvented to hit those kind of figures again. And personally, I don't want it to be reinvented. I want it to go back to the style that it used to be. And it wouldn't cut in today's audiences, I don't think it'd work for them. They just don't have the attention span. It is bad writing in general, yeah. But yeah, it needs sci-fi writers. Nick, who's Nick? Have I missed the Nick? Who's Nick? Or is Nick Action Podcast? Ah, okay.
That was going to be my guess.
Nice to meet you, Nick. Watching Dragonheart tomorrow. Sean Connery voices the dragon. Yeah, excellent film.
Yes,
Buford, you are never late. You arrive precisely when you mean to.
Okay.
I'll give you Batman Returns, says Martin. Guardian of Forever. Star Trek Generations. It's a Christmas film in my head. Is it?
Yes, there's a Christmas tree in the Nexus bit of it.
Oh, okay.
I only recall that because I watched the first few minutes of it earlier on today, and so my brain is obviously recalled that.
Seems like a very deep cut. To be honest, Fenty was the worst companion. Her Dr. Basher as well. What? Joe, slow down when you are auto-dictating to your phone. He should have come in, retconned the timeless child. Yes, he should. Yes, that should have been the first thing he did. Find a way of saying that was the master or something stupid like that. Or just that the master was lying, because all the information we got was from the master. Instead, he went super woke. Yeah. Well, the first thing he did was turn David Tennant's doctor to be gay. Who's? I am Nick, says Nick. Nice to meet you. I'm not getting a lot of the chat comments come up. Are you in Martin? It's Martin. Sorry, it's just rereading one of
Are you in my chat?
Are you in Andy's chat?
You might want to go to the Cosmic Toys chat.
Yeah.
Then you'll see everyone else.
Yeah.
It's annoying that YouTube can't merge them, isn't it? It doesn't.
It is. But then again, it's not being shared through YouTube, is it? It's shared from StreamYard to
exactly.
Tube.
And that's the thing. So it's a shame that StreamYard can't combine them and then put them back out.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's something that YouTube should look at, because I think this must be happening with a lot of streams now.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of
streaming Rambo in the police station. Donna. Oh, right. Okay. There we are. Right, we're going to get back to this. Otherwise, I'm never going to get anywhere. 829. I do like keeping up with the chat as well, to be honest with you, but I need to make progress. B. Right. Is it that one? That's B. Hello again, says Nick. He's with us now.
Right, let's have a look.
I'll be really, really rude and forward and say you might as well hit that subscribe button while you're here.
Do it.
Ooh,
I've got a jetpack. Wonderful.
Run Finn on Doctor Who, the binary is the episode. Which I think you mean the binary stuff. Yeah, okay, yeah. Batman 89, it's the greatest, but Returns is a better Christmas movie, and it's got Michelle Pfeiffer in it, which I always found to be quite pleasant during my teenage years. I was 10 when I went to the cinemas to see Batman Returns, having not seen Batman.
Ah.
Yeah. I have told that story before, so I won't bore everyone with it again. Michael Keaton is Batman. He was just voted, wasn't he? Michael Keaton was just voted as the best Batman.
And then,
hello, Ed.
With that, then, when you finally put the head on, it's then complete, which looks really nice. So, yeah, it was a fun build. It took about 45 minutes. And yeah, but I will show you the light up feature. There we go. It does have a light up feature. There you go.
His eyes light up.
And there we go. The Matrix lights up. And
well, thanks for building that with us on screen, Ed. That was really kind of you.
That was super social of you.
Thank you for joining us on screen to build that. It was wonderful of you.
Well, I've been on since 5 o'clock, and I wondered why none of you were speaking to me. I just thought, had I done something? How are we all?
Yeah.
Very good. I'm squinting a lot.
You're squinting?
Yeah. I've got a magnifying glass out and everything. Look. Huh.
My apologies for my tardiness.
You've got a TARDIS?
My tardiness, my lateness. I lost track of time. I was sat watching the Ten Commandments.
Yeah, everyone loses track of time when they're watching that.
No,
that's why I never have. And you're not surprised, are you?
No. It's a good film. I like it. I enjoy it. It's still not finished. Don't finish till 6:30.
Well, it's not finished anyway because there were supposed to be 15, weren't there? But we broke the third slab.
They broke the first slab.
Oh,
Very good. Very good. Yeah. Right, what's everyone building then?
Gundams.
Oh, you're building Gundams.
I got a big one.
You're building.
I
Right.
got
Well, yeah, of course.
I got a little one.
And you got a little one. Excellent stuff.
I dare say I'm not going to get this built today.
No.
I'm almost there with the head. After 45 minutes.
45 minutes just to build the head.
Well, I've been moderating the
He's
chat.
been
as well.
busy as well. He has been doing other things, you know.
Eight.
I'm onto
Where's
my
number
arms now, apparently.
There.
I'm onto my arms. So I've got
Well,
a minute to talk.
I'll pick up the slack if you want on the chat for a bit.
Okie dokie.
And I've got to slope off in a bit as well. So
Are you coming back, Andy?
I will be coming back in due course if you're still going. Yes, I've got to run and grab an auction pickup locally.
Anything nice?
It is a camera.
A camera.
Okay, you got one at auction, did you?
Yeah, well, I'm hoping I haven't just made a horrible mistake, but it had a really good lens in with it, which is half the battle with these things, and it's quite local. And I just thought, given that it's so local, that must be an indicator, and it's even going to come with a tripod and stuff as well. I mean, some stuff I just don't need, but I might be able to sell those off and offset some of the costs with that and so on. So I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it because I've been dithering about it for weeks. And eBay, ironically, I literally only looked at eBay last night to see, just on the off chance, because I thought, is eBay a good place to find cameras? I mean, so many of them look either Dodge Warner or are sort of overpriced. But having done my research, I can tell that this guy is obviously someone who's kind of, been looking after his kit, because the stuff he's selling with it isn't stuff that you would casually pick up. I think it's been picked up with a particular purpose, so I'm hoping it's going to be in decent condition.
What? Sorry, Andy, what camera is it?
It's going to be a Sony EV10 or
Right.
Sony ZV-E-10.
Right, DSLR.
No, it's a mirrorless. It's a mirrorless one, so it should be good for videoing. Is my thinking, but it also has interchangeable lens capacity.
Yeah.
So if I want to do sort of, like my son likes to take pictures of planes and so on, it should give me the ability to do a bit of sort of zooming work with it as well. I may need to get another lens for that again, but the lens I'm getting should do a little bit at least. Gives me a little bit.
What lens is coming with it?
So I've got it's a Sigma 18 to 55 millimeter.
Oh, right, yeah, that's if I remember rightly, I think that's the kit lens. So I think that's the lens.
No, it's very similar to the kit lens, but it isn't the kit lens.
Is it not?
No, it should in theory be better than the kit lens because it's a fixed f rating, so it's f2.8, whereas the kit lens is f3.5 to I think 5.6. So in theory, the Sigma one should give me constant light levels as you're zooming, whereas the kit lens wouldn't.
Right. I could be wrong, and I'll put my hand up if I'm wrong, but I'm sure you can adjust the f-stop on the camera itself. That's in the camera, not the lens.
I think it's both. I think you can I don't know what exactly it means. I think, but you can f-stop down, I believe, to do something. But nevertheless, you would need more light basically if you were using the kit lens, apparently. So
you can adjust your lighting levels by altering the ISO as well. The ISO settings.
That's it. But I think basically it's a lot less fiddly if your lens is good in the first place, because there's only so much because one of the videos I was watching says that yes, you can do what you've just described, but your image quality will suffer as a result because you're forcing the camera to compensate because the lens isn't good enough. So you can fix the brightness, but then you'll get sort of noise in the background and stuff like that. So I guess it just depends what outcome you're looking for at the end of the day,
Right. Okay. Oh, good stuff. Where did you get up to with the chat then, Gareth?
Well, I would say if you take over from where people start saying hi, Ed, That was my view.
That's a good.
And I'm not
wow.
being sarcastic. I'm being
No,
genuine.
that's a good tip.
Right. So had you done up to that point then, had you?
Pretty much, I believe.
Let's
have a
pretend.
quick
Let's
look.
pretend we had.
Um,
Can I'll just
I
address.
got as far
I'll
as
just address
Martin
this one.
saying for me it was Kim Basinger. I saw that pop up, but then I didn't see size correct every word, and then literally Ed. So
Right.
yeah, if you want to carry on from there,
I'll just address that one from Retro Toy Guy Sai. Yeah.
we already did that one.
Yeah, no, but I want to hear what.
I don't care.
So I'm retroactively. Yeah, they're both good films, but neither of them are a Christmas film.
Batman Returns is.
It's not.
It is. I mean, it even goes into the orphan aspect of Penguin and family and wanting family, that's a great Christmas theme. Is that
No, it's a film
wanting
that
to
just
be
happens to take
accepted and
place at
everything?
Christmas. It's a film that happens to take place at Christmas. That's my take. Much like Lethal Weapon and Die Hard and Gremlins.
Die Hard is probably the best Christmas film.
It's not a Christmas film.
And Gremlins there's even Santa in it.
It all depends on your definition. That's so much
It
in
does.
life.
I would agree that the good films to watch at Christmas,
The good
but I
films to
wouldn't
watch any
necessarily-
time of year.
I wouldn't necessarily classify them as a Christmas film. I mean, there's even an interview with Bruce Willis where he says that it's not a Christmas film.
Yeah, well, he didn't write it, did he?
No, but he starred in it. So I'll go over his opinion then.
And let's face it as well, as brilliant as Bruce Willis is, he's not known for his high intellect.
Well, I don't know. I don't know him personally, so I couldn't say.
It's funny. I would determine a Christmas film or one aspect of a Christmas film as a film that you would often watch at Christmas. And for me, Die Hard definitely fits into that. I've probably watched that more at Christmas than what I have any other time of year.
You see, the thing is, though, I mean, Die Hard, like I say, I mean, if I recollect rightly, it didn't come out at Christmas. It was a summer movie. Yeah, it's the kind of film that, I mean, I'll be honest with you, I've never watched Die Hard at Christmas.
I just did the other day. Because I chuckled when I saw it was on. I thought, yeah, I see what you've done there.
You know, because it's like I say, it's just like I say, I think it's just a film that happens to take, you know, the events of the film happen at Christmas, much like Lethal Weapon.
They were showing that one as well, actually.
I'd say a Christmas film is something like Santa Claus the movie or National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Although quite a lot of Santa Claus the movie doesn't take place at Christmas.
Yeah, the clue's kind of in the title.
I don't care. If you're determining a film as having to be taking place at Christmas...
No, I didn't say it has to take place at Christmas. You see, now you're just being pedantic.
Me? Never.
Yes, you are. You're reverting to your base level intellect.
D. That's D. Yeah, that's D. So. By the way, everyone, I think I've finished the head. We have a head.
Shiny.
It has got shiny bits. That's what I was struggling with.
That's why I use that adjective.
the foil stickies.
That's why I use that adjective.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll let you off then. Thank you.
Right, so
It's
TJ's put
both
Die Hard
complimentary and accurate.
traveling home to family, snowy trees, Christmas party, presents. What more do you want? Well, he's not traveling home. He's traveling to see his estranged wife in LA.
In the hopes of reconciliation.
Isn't it his old home that he was kicked out of, though?
No, she left him to go and work in LA for Nakatomi. They actually lived and married in New York.
Oh, right. Okay.
He stayed behind in
Anyway,
Europe.
he's going to visit family at Christmas.
Well, no, he's going to see his estranged wife to try and get her back. There's no snow because he's in LA. There might be a Christmas tree. There's a Christmas party. Yeah, there's some presents.
I'm fairly sure there's a snow globe and there's snow in it.
Nice splitting hairs.
Merry Christmas, Ed.
I'm full of Christmas cheer.
Hello, Lazy Low Collectibles. I don't think I've seen you in here before, have I?
If you watch it
On
at
YouTube.
Christmas, it is. I have a machine gun, ho, ho, ho. That's a Die Hard Christmas quote. There we go. Thanks, Phil. Yeah, February. Came out in February. Oh, ho, ho. Gap After Dark has just machine gunned Ed. Either his key's stuck or he's got a stutter.
Gee.
Yeah. Action Podcast says Lethal Weapon starts with Jingle Bell Rock and a topless woman. It's Christmas for me. Buford's favourite Christmas movie is Smoking the Bandit. Yep, that's a good film.
Oh, you accept that then?
No, I didn't say it's a Christmas film. I just say it's a good film. I didn't say it's a good Christmas film. He just happens to watch it at Christmas. We see that's the thing. Like I said, I got caught. I started watching Ten Commandments. Traditionally, that's not on at Christmas time. That they put that on at Easter time.
Easter. Yeah.
Insert swear word blanked out here.
Yeah, you see, Lazy Low put Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's the Thanksgiving film. It's not a Christmas film. But I suppose you could get away with watching it at Christmas, because the sentiment in it, I suppose. But again, it's not a Christmas film.
Click. Excellent.
Phil's put, I'm sure that director says it was afterthought. I'm sure. I'm assuming he means John McTiernan, who directed Die Hard. Battery's not included for Christmas. It's got a string of lights in it. That's TJ. Lazy Low. This might be my first time here.
Maybe my first time here.
I think it was. I think it is. Yeah. Well, you're very welcome. I hope you enjoy your stay.
Yeah, Wizard of Oz. Yeah, Wizard of Oz is usually shown at. Well, actually, I've seen Wizard of Oz at Christmas time and at Easter time as well. They seem to like
Wizard of Oz isn't a Christmas film. What's Christmassy about that?
No, it's not. I'm just saying.
Oh, right.
Phil's saying that. Wizard of Oz is sometimes shown at Christmas. I would assume.
So that's a
Empire
hill I'll
Strikes
die on.
Back.
It's not a Christmas film.
Empire Strikes Back was also used to be on at Christmas. Plenty of snow on Hoth. I see. Yeah, Action Podcast have got a point. Yeah, if you accept Die Hard as a Christmas movie, then you have to accept First Blood, Rambo, First Blood. Well, it's not Rambo; it's just First Blood as a Christmas film because that
Couldn't comment. I've not seen it.
That takes place over Christmas.
Does that have a Christmas party in it?
No, I think you just see some Christmas decorations in the police station.
Right. Well, I think Die Hard qualifies more because it's got a Christmas party in it.
Probably shortly before it's blown up.
Well, is it a Christmas party or is it just an end of year party? Does it specifically say it's a Christmas party?
Well, they have Christmas trees up and they're celebrating Christmas, and it's about them trying to get home and whatnot. Well, trying to meet the family for Christmas, and there's a party at this time. I'd say it's a Christmas party.
But John McClane's the only member of family at that party. Other than that, it's a works party. But anyway, let's back to the comments. Welcome to the Madhouse Lazy Low. That's from Buford T. Justice. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, another great Christmas movie. That's retro. We've got some hellos to Hey Lazy Low. And thank yous. Nightmare Before Christmas, Halloween movie or Christmas movie. You can get double dip on that, I think. I think you can watch it at Halloween and at Christmas.
It's just not worth watching twice in 1 year.
Retro Toy Guy is away as his dinner's ready. He says thank you and Happy New Year.
Yes,
Well, enjoy your dinner, Si.
Yes, enjoy dinner. Not sure when I'm having mine. Where's my A1 gone?
You can always have a turkey sandwich later. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
11 and 12.
I found my Fists of Doom.
Okay, now. I'm sure director said it was to make building empty.
It wasn't pretty late in the evening, wasn't it? So it would have been naturally empty. But anyway.
Yeah. And Jumpy's put Edward Scissorhands. That doesn't take place at Christmas. I think it's just that it's got snow because he does the whole ice block carving, doesn't he, with the...
Yeah, I think there's an element of it that is set at Christmas, or at least in the winter. But I think more of the film takes place, the vast majority of the film takes place at a different time of the year.
Yeah. And there we go. We're caught up with the chat.
Right.
No gap. No, it's not.
What?
If it's Spectrum is in it, it's a Christmas movie. No. Lazy Law is wanting to know who is Cosmic Toy Man. I'll give you a hint. It's the one that's wearing the cosmic toys at the top.
It's the one who isn't me. Go ahead.
Although, do you mean Cosmic Toy Man, Troy, the action figure? Do you mean him?
No, it's about which one of you? Who is Cosmic Toy Man?
Me then. Yeah.
Let's see. TJ's put like, all right. So Boba Mart's when is Die Hard 2 set? Isn't that a Christmas?
Yes, but I don't think there's many Christmas elements to that one, is there?
And there's trees and decorations. I'd say it's probably about as Christmassy as the first one.
Nah, there's no Christmas party in it.
He's on his way to meet his wife. Family get together. The snow.
Oh, you mean the one that was brought together in that Christmas themed film that came before it?
No, they just happened to reconcile because of what went off. I think if the events of the film haven't taken off, they would have been divorced. Which they are divorced by the time it comes to Die Hard 3.
Yeah, well, she knew number 4 was coming.
Right, where are we now? Let's see now. TJ, right, so film synopsis. John McClane is visiting his estranged wife and 2 daughters on Christmas Eve. He joins her at a holiday party in the headquarters of the business she works for.
That's a very American description, isn't it? Holiday party. What's
But
the holiday that they're celebrating? Oh, yeah, that's right. Bar mitzvah.
That's how far I've got.
They are interrupted by a group of terrorists. Cosmic
Also known
Toyman
as
is born.
colleagues now.
Cosmic Time Man's, but yeah.
That doesn't help, Gap. I know Jumpy, that's why I erased it. The bald one, yes, lazy, lol, like myself. The bald one with glasses.
The one was wearing black.
The one without the beard.
The fat one. There we go. I'll narrow it down. The fat one. And everybody went quiet.
You see, where do you stand on?
Wait for it.
Where do you stand on? It's a Wonderful Life.
I tried to watch that this year for the first time ever, and I only got a little bit of the way through it, and then I got distracted by something.
Oh, it's easy to get distracted during that film. I managed it once. Never again. Well, for one thing, you can't stand while watching that. You have to sit down, preferably lay down. Otherwise, you end up with very achy feet 4 hours later, don't you?
It's a Wonderful Life. It's not that long.
It feels it.
No, well,
Yeah, I'm not a fan of It's a Wonderful Life, but I would say it's a Christmas film.
Would you care to see what Gap said of you?
What's that, sorry? That's very kind of you, Gap. And the only reason you don't put yourself on screen is because you don't want me to tell you what you look like.
And Gap cannot stand It's a Wonderful Life.
I'm missing something here.
You see, and again, would you really consider, if you consider the criteria, other than the fact that the events occur at Christmas, is Home Alone technically, could you class that as a Christmas film?
Yes.
You'd class that as a Christmas film?
Yes. It even has Christmas music playing. The family's going on a Christmas vacation. Yeah.
You would?
And the crooks are even taking advantage of it being Christmas as well. Yeah. And then you've got the whole aspect with the old man who helps him out. You've got quite Christmassy themes there between him and Kevin. So yeah, I would. You obviously don't.
I'm not fussed either way.
Okay.
I think the events of the film will probably work out just as well had it happened at Thanksgiving or Easter or any other time of year.
I think you could say that about any Christmas film.
Possibly.
I tell you what, I did watch the other day. I think it was Christmas Eve, actually. No, it can't have been Christmas Eve. Girls were at the mums. Might have been the day before Christmas Eve. We watched Carry On.
You watched what, sorry?
Carry On, the new Netflix film, which is being considered by a lot of people as a rip-off of Die Hard.
Oh, sorry, when you said Carry On,
Right.
I thought...
Not a Carry On film.
No, that's what I thought. I was like, huh?
I'll be honest with you, I enjoyed it. You know,
All right.
it's not amazing, it's not great, but it's a film you can sit down for an hour and a half, you can watch it, you enjoy it.
What's it
It is
about?
what it is. Terrorist attack at an airport.
Die Hard, then.
Yeah. They're trying to get a bomb on a plane, but your hero this time actually knows exactly what's going on, and he's been forced to allow it to happen
Right.
under threat of his pregnant girlfriend being shot.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's to try and find a way of stopping it without them knowing he's stopping it.
Right.
And it's quite good. And you've got Jason Bateman playing the terrorist, and there's an element of phone booth about it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, which I quite enjoyed that as well. So yeah, I enjoyed the film. I mean, like I say, it's not groundbreaking or anything like that. It's
Right.
It's not something I go to the cinema to see, but for what it is, it's a made
Yeah.
it's a made for TV movie, and I think a lot of people are judging it too harshly. They're judging it up against A-list blockbuster type things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, it's got a decent cast, and it's made for Netflix. You know, so it's, as far as I'm concerned, it's made for TV.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a cinema movie. It's not cinematic, but I enjoyed it. Where am I? Where am I?
Enjoyed it. That's all that matters.
It's not often I say that I enjoy a film, is it?
Right. I have an upper torso with arms and stuff. There you go.
Congratulations, you've got further than
Very
me.
good.
And I'm going to.
Is that the same one that I've got then?
No.
No, that's a different one.
Same bot, different kit.
Right. Okay. Fair enough.
This is an entry grade one.
Right.
17,
So-
I found you.
Right, I'm gonna beetle off and see if I can go and pick up my camera.
No worries.
So, do you want to? What's the best way for me to? Do I remove myself from here?
Yeah, I'll see to it for you.
Well, yeah, we'll just remove you from.
Okay.
The screen, but we won't remove you.
No.
And he's gone. Oh, he's gone now. No, he's not.
He's back. He's back.
He's gone. Oh, he's back.
A short while later, I'm going to die.
Right. Are you going now?
Aye.
Right, see you in a bit.
And regardless what Si was saying last night, not all Gundam kits are a tenner, and yours wasn't.
Oh no, I'm well aware that the prices vary
They certainly do.
from retailer to retailer.
Well, there's that as well, but no, that kit, the one that Andy's doing at the moment, that is a £10 kit,
Right.
10 or £12. The one that you got for Christmas is not. I'm not going to say how much it was, obviously, but it's not
no,
£10
it's all right. So Jumpy watched that Carry On and reminded him of 24. Action
I can see
Podcast.
that, yeah.
He's saying Rocky 4 is a Christmas film because the fight occurs on Christmas Day. Like, no. It's being silly now. TJ's off to get a cuppa. Phil
Speaking
is
of
there.
football,
Yeah, Rocky 4, definitely not a Christmas film. Andy going for a dodgy pickup. Don't make the rules. Phil, Rocky 5. I think Rocky 5 happened at Christmas or something as well, or Thanksgiving, with Tommy the Machine Gun. Buford doesn't have the patience to build.
No? Come on, Buford, you could join us.
And Laszlo says there's Christmas in it. So, yeah. I mean, I think probably, what I'd say probably falls in your category, I suppose, of your traditional Christmas films would be stuff like, Elf and Grinch and Miracle on 34th Street, Scrooge, Christmas Carol, those kind of things, those kind of movies.
Yeah.
But I suppose and it's just a bit of fun. Whatever film you enjoy watching at Christmas is going to be a Christmas movie for you. Because
I've got to be honest with you. I laugh when I joke, and yeah, I do think that for me, Die Hard's a Christmas film. But in all fairness, I don't care enough about it for it to really matter.
No. Because it's like it does open the thing about if Die Hard is if you want to class Die Hard as a Christmas film, then yeah, you've got Lethal Weapon, you've got Gremlins, you've also got Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
That happens at Christmas.
I've seen Gremlins.
Pardon?
Of the ones you've mentioned, I've seen Gremlins.
Yeah, and then you've also got Love Actually as well.
See, I think that's a Christmas film.
Yeah. I think I would lump that into the category of I'd consider that a Christmas movie.
Even if they are filming a porn scene in some of it.
Yeah, what's all that about? I mean, but who are they actually body doubling for?
Are they only body doubling?
Yeah.
Right.
Phil says God hated Elf. Buford says, did he?
To be honest with you, I've not watched it because I'm not a big Will Ferrell fan.
Action Podcast. Forrest and Lieutenant Dan take the nice ladies back to a New Year's Eve party. That's only a week after Christmas. It's what we grew up with, seeing certain films at Christmas time and they just become the norm. Yeah, no, you're right there, Bobby. Yeah, I completely agree. There are films that I do watch at Christmas, which I watch them because traditionally, growing up, they watched them at Christmas. So, Bond movies. Yeah, they always used to show Bond movies at Christmas. But what's weird is that the first time that a Star Wars film was shown on TV, it was shown in October. I believe it was 1983, October of 83, and it was Star Wars. That was the first time that any Star Wars movie had been shown on TV.
All right.
It was ITV as well. I can remember watching that. I remember being sat in front of the telly with my Star Wars toys, and for the longest time, I kept the TV Times, because it had like the front cover was like Vader and that lot on it, and then they had a couple of articles in there as well about Star Wars and that. But because I always remember as well that for the longest time, George Lucas resisted. He didn't want the Star Wars films being shown on TV. because he wanted
Yeah.
them, he wanted people to go to the cinema to watch them.
Yeah, the cinematic experience, which I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But I would have never seen it if it couldn't be shown on TV.
No.
So I want to watch it on home video.
No. I'm just trying to think. I can't tell you when Empire Strikes Back were first shown on TV. Maybe
No.
Boba. Boba can answer that one because he remembers that it was shown in October, so maybe he can remember when Empire was first shown.
That's Martin, by the way, is Boba.
Martin.
Yep. Martin.
Hello, Martin. Is he a house Martin?
Well, you could say that, I suppose. He is an in-house Cosmic Toys customer.
Right then.
Yeah, does that make him a house Martin?
Possibly. He will forever be known as Swallow. But I mean, Action Popcast has come back with 1987 was the first time
I had 87. I wish I'd have said it now. I was going to say 87.
Empire was shown, and Boba seems to feel that it was Christmas that it was shown.
Okay.
And then TJ's like, how do people remember things like that? Because we're probably, we're all nerds, aren't we?
You don't understand the mind of a nerd, TJ.
Yeah. These things just seem to just sort of like enter and just not escape.
And I say that in the nicest possible way, nerds.
Mm. But I mean, I think other things that that are a good thing to watch at Christmas as well is things like, and I've not watched them this year, and I usually do, and that's the BBC Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh right, okay, yeah, I can see why. Yeah,
and the Box of Delights as well.
That was on my Christmas wish list.
Was it?
Yeah, and I never received it, so I might have to buy that one.
Yeah, well, it's out on DVD and that. But,
yeah, they brought it out just before Christmas, didn't they?
Yeah, and it's also currently on the iPlayer.
I can't access it, can I? No
You
license.
can't access, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah. Do not cut. How the freaking hell am I supposed to get it off the sprue then?
Oh, and Action Pop has just come back and said Return of the Jedi was a week later on New Year's Day.
Oh wow.
88. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, Boba's gone for the nostalgic memories. Phil Aitken, Google TJ. Buford, I can't remember what I had for my breakfast. And then Action Pop, I had this question on my Christmas quiz I didn't do on my stream last week. And there we go. So yeah, Chronicles of Narnia, Box of Delights. I think again because they were both shown over Christmas back in the day. I think Box of Delights was it 82? I think it was 82, and then Chronicles of Narnia I think was 84. And I can remember they were like shown over the few weeks on the run up to Christmas.
Right. Okay. Box of Delights is a Christmassy themed thing, though, isn't it?
Yes, I think because the character, the boy, he's going home from boarding school, I think, or something for Christmas.
Right.
I think and then he meets up with Patrick Troughton's character. But I think it was the same. I mean, it was the BBC that did it, but I think it might have been also the same like production people and that made Chronicles of Narnia that did the Box of Delights, because they do look very similar.
Right. Okay. You know, it's remembering that BBC used to do such incredible dramas and good stuff.
Yeah, they did.
What the hell happened to them?
Yeah, they did. I mean, that was the thing. When I were a kid, the BBC, like I say, that's where you went to watch good stuff. There was always good stuff.
They were the standard that everybody else was measured against, weren't they?
Mm. I think the only thing really that the BBC still do that's good now, I think, is documentaries.
Documentaries.
Yeah.
You're saying that, but David Attenborough is not going to be with us forever.
No, but it's not just David Attenborough, but there's other stuff. I mean, the Wonders series that Brian Cox did, like Wonders of the Universe and things like that, and there was one just recently. I think it was like another solar system one, planets one. That was those are still quite good, but their actual like drama and output and things like that aren't really that much cop these days. But then again, I don't actually think that the BBC actually make that much themselves now. It's all like subcontracted out to other production companies. Phil's not seen Box of Delights.
Have you not, Phil?
Boba remembers going to the pictures to see Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi all back to back. Last time you would see them at the pictures, if I remember. Yeah, that's correct. Is that Martin? That is correct. And if I recollect rightly, I think that's. I first saw Star Wars on TV when they showed it on that, when they did it in that October. But I do recollect seeing, and I think it was at Dewsbury Cannon Cinema that they did the triple hit. They did all three movies, but I couldn't tell you what year it was. Oh, Action Pop has come back with, sorry, got it wrong. It was Boxing Day 88, so it'd be in the year after Empire. Patrick McQuaid says, good evening.
Patrick. How are you? 14. That's that one.
TJ's Box of Delights, Narnia type thing. Yep. Yeah, quite similar. Not exact, but quite similar. Martin says to hello to Patrick. Action Pops waved at Patrick. Phil said very different, TJ, but good. It is different, but it is same. The look and the feel of it is the same as Narnia. I mean, obviously the story is going to be different. Yeah, Boba. Yeah, Jumpy saw all three back to back at the cinema when Red Jedi was released. Phil's not seen it for ages. I'm not sure what that is. TJ's going to give Box of Delights a go if you can find it on the high seas. You don't need, if you've got iPlayer, TJ, you can watch Box of Delights is on iPlayer at the moment. Buford says hi to Patrick, and so does Jumpy. And we're all caught up again.
Excellent. You can start building yours now, can't you?
Yeah. I'll build mine another day. I told you I've been building that for the past hour, and I thought I were online.
Lies. I'd already seen it.
I'll pop him there so you can see him. Would anyone like to hear what it is? It is the Blockies Action Edition G1 G1 Optimus Prime. So, there we go. There he is. It's a great kit. It's really it's nicely articulated. It's got an ab crunch, waist swivel, arms spin round, elbows bend. There's a swivel at the upper arm. You've got fingers that open. The hands are on ball joints. The head's on a ball joint. The legs bend up, bend down, and the feet move about. So I mean, it's a good weight when it's built, and like I say, it does have a light up feature as well. The eyes and the matrix light up. So Blockies wasn't a thing that really I was going to be going on, but I thought I'd seen a review of the Action Edition one, and I thought, I'll give it a go, see what it's all about. And it was a good build, and so much so that I've got the Action Edition Megatron on order. So that should probably be here at some point in the early new year, I think. And it's the piece as well, because it's like I don't know how they've done it. Maybe it's just the way that the sprue trees and things like that are molded. But you don't need to snip off on this. They actually break off quite cleanly, and they don't leave any marks or any residue for you to sort of like, trim off, which is good. I mean, you still can use some snippers if you want, but I think the way that they've done it is quite good. Right, let's get back to that. Right, where will we with the? There we go. So Action Pop. Does anyone miss the old-fashioned selection pack of sweets that were shaped like a stocking in a net? Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I used to get one of them every year. Martin, I'm glad I saw Star Wars as a kid when it was just out at the pictures and not called A New Hope. Yeah, well, I can't even remember when did they start calling it A New Hope? What year were it? Because I'm pretty sure the first time I saw it, it was just Star Wars. I don't remember A New Hope being on the opening crawl. But
I remember reading a story that George Lucas decided very quickly that he wanted to make it
right,
Episode 4, A New Hope.
right,
And there was a story that he'd sent out reels.
yeah,
Had Lucasfilm send out the first reel of the film. So it's made up of many reels, isn't it? The first reel of the film to all cinemas within the first few weeks.
All right.
If that's the case, then over here it would have always been A New Hope. So I don't know how accurate that is.
Yeah, that's an interesting point. That's an interesting point.
It could just be one of those urban myths.
Yeah. Action Pot like Selection Bot. Buford, how was NEC? Gareth, did you buy anything nice? And was it going to be a vid?
Yeah. I was somewhat underwhelmed at this particular toy fair. I did go with the intention of filming, and I think I managed to film a 10-second clip.
Right. So there's going to be no video then.
There's going to be no video. No. When I went in, the toy fair itself, they were still setting up. Most of the traders hadn't turned up yet, and most of the tables were still empty. So I thought, well, there's no point filming anything now. It's just a load of empty tables. And as I'd done sort of like 2 or 3 circuits, and it was starting to fill up, I'd seen 24 YouTubers filming.
Right.
And by that point, I was like, well, what can I bring to this that isn't already being recorded? You know, what can I add to this? So I just didn't bother.
No.
I decided just to enjoy the day. And I did. I did enjoy the day. I met up with Mario. It was and his wife. We had a cup of tea and a sit down. I think we must have sat chatting for a good hour and a half. Yeah. It was a nice day. But I decided not to film. I did buy something, so I'll save that for a video. I bought something for myself, something that I intend to custom, which will pee off an awful lot of vintage collectors. And it's battered, which is why I don't mind doing it. And I bought a very early birthday present for someone whose birthday is later this year, Ed.
Me?
Yeah. And it's one of those things where I saw it and I was like, oh, that fits in with what you're looking for at the moment. I was like, yeah, it's miles off till his birthday, so I won't bother. Then I thought, well, at least I've got it.
Thank you very much.
So there was that, and don't take this the wrong way, but I saw the same guy had something else, and I was like, yeah, that fits it as well. But I was like, well, I'll tell you what it was. It was 4 stickers. I don't know if you'll remember them. They called them laser stickers and literally hollow foil stickers. Just 4 of them on a piece of paper, and he wanted 15 quid. And I was like, that seems an awful lot for what it actually is.
Yeah.
And I was like, would Ed pay 15 quid for this? No, he wouldn't pay 15 quid for this. I won't get it. I tried to get him to do a deal on the 2, but he was having none of it. So I thought, yeah. I've sold the same things myself in the past for a £5.
Yeah. Those... I might dig it out later at some point, not today, but another time. But those laser holofoil stickers that you're talking about, yeah. Let me see now. It's probably maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I picked up. I'm sorry, I'm going to say it, but I picked up a box Spectrum.
Spectrum.
And when I opened it up, the user manual in it on the back cover. There was, I think it's either 3 or 4 of those hollow foil stickers, but the Masters of the Universe ones.
Oh, cool.
So someone
Very
had
cool.
stuck those on the back cover. So
Nice.
right, TJ's she's said about ask if the hubby's got iPlayer. Jumpy's like, yeah, red knitting and cardboard back for the selection box. Get it on your phone, TJ. That's Phil. Lazy Low likes Tony Robinson documentaries. Yeah, he does some good ones. Martin, right. After Empire Strikes Back came out, it was changed to A New Hope in the Crawl. Action Popcast says it was 80 or 81 for New Hope. So, yeah, so that goes in line with post Empire. I think it was on Crawl.
I wonder then if the story's a little bit mixed up and it was weeks after Empire came out.
Maybe.
It might
Phil's
be
got, I
that,
think it was
mightn't
on
it?
Crawl, but not on the posters. Looked at Google, what Google says. Right, Star Wars became Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope in 1981 during the film's third re-release.
Right.
Buford's fair enough. Didn't film that scene because I knew lads in our group would do a better job and I was quite hungover. Terry Neapolitans was another Christmas. Oh, yeah, the Neapolitans, yeah. Let's see, Matt. I sat in the pictures watching Empire Strikes Back and saw Crawl saying Episode 5. I said to my brother, but we only saw one before this. Star Wars was changed in the Crawl. But was it on Crawl earlier? Phil says. So, yeah, so I think, yeah, so it's looking like, what was it? Action Pop said, yeah, for the film's third re-release in 81.
Okay.
So that must mean then there must be copies of it on video where it doesn't have the Episode 4 New Hope thing.
Well, was it released on VHS as early as 80?
No, now you see, I don't know. I'm assuming there. It must have been. It must have
I
been.
don't know, because in all fairness, I'm not the walking font of Star Wars knowledge that I used to be. But I can't say I've ever seen a non-matching set of VHS tapes.
Right? Maybe it wasn't. Or unless maybe I don't know. Yes, or maybe not. Maybe not then. Phil's saying it took years for VHS. So maybe what? Mid-80s? Mid to late 80s?
So yeah, it could have been by the time all three were out.
Yeah.
It was released as not released as a trilogy, but released simultaneously. Maybe months apart.
I had an early copy of Star Wars on VHS. I don't know what happened to that. And then the next lot I got was when... Oh, what year would it have been? And I have actually still got them, but I don't have them to hand here. They changed the. It was different artwork on the covers of the videos. It wasn't.
Was it when they went blue with red foil?
No, it wasn't them. It was. Let me see now. So the Star Wars VHS was just. It was like Luke pointing the gun forward at like towards you with Han and Leia at the side and Vader and that. The Empire Strikes Back was, I think it was one of the alternate posters where it showed you it had like the Millennium Falcon side on with like loads of wiring and stuff hanging out of it. I think Han was on a Tauntaun and stuff like that. And then I think, what was on Jedi? Oh, Jedi was it was like the red and black cover, where it's like it shows you.
I know which one you mean, yeah.
And I got them three from, I don't know if anyone remembers Britannia Video, where you could order so many videos for like cheap money and that. I'm not sure if that was late 80s or if that was early 90s. But it was definitely before he went and, did the special editions and that.
That might have been the first of the digitally remastered ones.
Right. Right. Have a special edition DVD box set of the Star Wars trilogy. Also comes with original theatrical releases. Yeah, I've got that one as well. Yeah. saying rental shops 82, for sale 85. That's from Phil. Martin, Return of the Jedi crawl ends with more stops to signify the end of. Martin said the trilogy. And Laser Low, guys, it's been a pleasure. Yeah, no, thanks for watching.
Well, take care. Thanks for joining us.
Always a pleasure, never a chore.
Actually, that's a good point you make there. I don't think I've ever had a live stream where it's been a chore.
Ew.
You know, keeping up with chat and everything. It's always been a pleasure.
And then I can remember way back when they first released Back to the Future as a trilogy box set. And I got that from HMV in Wakefield.
Okay, yeah.
That would have been post 91, would that? Because that's obviously that till waited for. Because I think with 91 that Back to the Future 3 came out.
Was it 90 or 91? But on VHS, it would have been a lot later, wouldn't it?
No, I'm saying the box set would have been
on VHS
in 91. Yeah,
right,
the VHS box set. Yeah,
because back then there was a definitive long space of time before something hit home media, wasn't there?
Yeah. There was, yeah. Everyone's just saying goodbye to Lazy Low. Wishing him Happy New Year and that.
Oh,
Action pops out of here. He's got to get the little one ready for bed. So
take care, Nick. Bye-bye.
Yeah. And loved HMV. Yeah. TJ, the Box of Delights 84, Punch and Judy, man. Yeah, in the opening credits, you see a Punch and Judy. I thought Box of Delights were 82. I'm pretty sure it were 82, but I could be wrong. Buy a PC. See you, Lazy and Nick. And bye, Lazy Law. So yeah, Britannia Home Video. Yeah, I remember. I got a few videos from them. All gone now, unfortunately.
Yeah, I do think that they sabotage their own cinema runs now by offering them for pre-order literally the week that they go to the cinema, to the theatre. Like,
yeah.
What the hell are you playing at?
Maybe they're just trying to maximize profits. I mean, I can't. Well, I can, and I can't believe how quickly Deadpool and Wolverine came to Disney Plus.
Yeah,
you know, it was just like, well, you know, it's not been out that long, but you know, maybe it was to entice more people to subscribe to Disney Plus. You know, I mean, I can understand it for films that aren't doing too well at the box office.
Yes.
You know,
yeah, 100%. Yeah,
you know, like things like Transformers 1. I mean, you know, that's out to buy now.
Literally every film now, it hits cinema. Let's say the Wednesday or the Friday, and by the Saturday, you can place a pre-order for the Blu-ray.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Now, fair enough, I know it says it's not available to get for 3 or 4 months or whatever, but just by saying, look, it's coming to physical media by then, well, that just puts you off going to the cinema to see it. It's going to put some people off going to the cinema to see it. If it's a film they were in two minds about, they'd just think, oh, well, I'll wait till it comes out.
Yeah.
I can buy it for the cinema seat.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. I mean, I don't go to the cinema anymore. You know, so I mean, no, I don't bother. I don't bother with cinema. And I don't, and it doesn't bother me. I think I'd much rather watch a film at home, you know, in the comfort of my own home, you know, rather than. I mean, I get it. I mean, I get it and understand for some people it's a shared experience kind of thing, you know. But I don't know. I think I kind of just enjoying just being able to sit, you know, in your own home and just sit and watch it undisturbed, kind of thing. Without the only rattle of a crisp bag that you can hear is your own. Not someone who's sat behind you or things like that. But TJ's put can't afford cinema. I couldn't even tell you how much it is to go to the cinema now. I'm just trying to think.
It does genuinely depend on the theatre,
right?
And I didn't realise that it varied quite so much until this week.
Yeah,
we had we had a cinema card bought for us for Christmas.
Yeah.
So we it's for the View, and we don't tend to use the View because it's in Leeds city centre, so it's more out of the way for us than either of the more local ones for us. So we normally use either Showcase, where if we're going to go there, then we tend to pay a little bit extra and get the really posh seats, and really it is quite a nice experience. The massive screen, Plus or something it's called, or X. It might be Screen X,
right.
Something like that. So it can be like 17, 18 quid a ticket for that one.
Yeah.
As opposed to the 13, 14 for the not quite so posh ones. And obviously it depends on the film. And then what's the other one? Cineworld. I think those are about 12 or 13 quid now at Cineworld.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were looking at the View, and they start at $5.99.
Right.
Well, they actually charge for different seats.
Yeah.
So if you sat right at the front looking up, then it's $5.99. But then as you get sort of like to where they call them all the best zone, I think the dearest is $8.99, which I don't even think $8.99 is that bad, to be fair. I think that's quite reasonable. So yeah, I think it does depend on the cinema.
So here we go. I will tell you the last film that I saw at the cinema.
Oh, here we are.
Have a guess.
Well, it's either going to be Indy 5 or Dark Knight. Indy 4 or Dark Knight.
Indy 4 was one of them. That was the second to last. Crystal Skull was second to last.
Crystal Skull.
Yeah, the last one I actually saw. Last one I saw was one that came out the year after, which was Revenge of the Fallen.
Ah, right. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. That was.
So there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen is what put Eddie off cinema for life.
And that was both.
Thank you, Michael Bay. That's what you've done for cinema history.
Yeah, both those were at Cineworld at Wakefield.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I think the last film I saw at the Showcase at Leeds would be. I think it might have been one of the Lord of the Rings films.
All right. Okay.
I think that was.
Those I would say are definite cinema experiences that you should have.
Yeah, I think they were the last ones that I saw at. Because I think after that it was just like, I think it was because, like I say, it was a bit closer and a bit cheaper to go to Cineworld at Wakefield.
What was it I last went to cinema with you to see?
Oh, good God.
Did we go to see Indy? No, I went to see that on my own.
No, I didn't see them. No, it was the Clone Wars movie.
Is that right?
Yeah, the animated movie. And that was at Showcase. So what year was that?
2008? 7? 8? Might be 7. And then the series might have started in 8.
2008, right. So, that will be the last film then. That was the last film that I would have seen at the Showcase. Yeah. There we go. That's that mystery solved. Well, not really a mystery, really, is it? It's just
that suggests anyone really cares, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm sure all 15 viewers out there are wondering, thinking, what was the last
is that what we've got at the moment?
You know.
That's quite consistent then to how it started.
Well, movies just went downhill, didn't they, very quickly?
Yeah, I don't think it was then though.
So Martin always went to the showcase at Leeds, but Pricey, that will put me off. God, bad movie. Yeah, it was. TJ Prisoner of Azkaban was the last film saw at the movies. Good film. We watched some great movies in the 90s when Showcase opened, late night Saturday nights. Martin's last film at the Pictures was Rise of Skywalker. That's enough to put. That's just enough to put anyone off. Full stop. It's like...
Yeah, say what you want about Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker is the worst of the lot.
TJ improved 2004 at Showcase Liverpool. Yeah, I think the first film I saw at Showcase at Leeds, I think it was Batman Returns. I think it was either that or Jurassic Park, the first Jurassic Park. So that's it's either 92 or 93.
Right, see, Jurassic Park was a home video one for me.
Right. And I know I definitely saw Jurassic Park at Showcase because I've still got my drinks cup that I got on the day that I watched it.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's I think it's got a Triceratops on it.
Okay. McDonald's did some as well.
This what, sorry?
McDonald's did some drinks cups as well for Jurassic Park.
It might be a McDonald's one because at that point, 93. Let me see, 93 when that. Yeah, so I would have still been. Oh no, I wouldn't. No, I'd have left them because I did work part time at McDonald's during the early 90s when I were at college.
Oh, I need both of these, do I?
Oh, you see now, Martin's thrown a spanner in works there because the first film we saw at Showcase was Terminator 2. I did see Terminator 2 at the Showcase, but I first saw Terminator 2 at a cinema in Truro down in Cornwall when it came out. Because I was on holiday in Cornwall at the time when that came out, and I went to see it at the cinema down there. And then when I got back, I watched it again at up there, and I did the same thing with the first Batman film, the '89 Batman film. I was on holiday in Cornwall at that point, and I saw it at the cinema. I saw it at the cinema down there. I think something like 4 or 5 times. And then when I got back, I then went and saw it probably about another 3 or 4 times at the Dewsbury Cannon Cinema.
Bloody hell!
So yeah, I watched that film a lot. Oh yeah, I was massively down the rabbit hole of Batmania back in '89. Movie, comics, novelization, T-shirt, hat, the action figures. I got the soundtrack on cassette, CD, and LP, and I got all the singles that they released. Yeah, that was that. I mean, but it was everywhere. You know, I mean, I don't think you can underestimate, you know, the whole Batmania thing from '89. I would assume that maybe it was as big, maybe if not, maybe a bit bigger than, you know, when Star Wars came out in '77.
Really?
You know, yeah, just that there was just a really, really massive hype around it all. It was absolutely everywhere.
See, and I would have been around at that time, and I certainly wasn't aware of it.
Well, you'd have been what, 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think a 6-year-old would.
I don't know. At 6-year-old, you're paying an awful lot of attention to what's on the TV.
Well, you might have seen the odd advert for the movie on TV, but you wouldn't have really necessarily seen much other than that. Because I don't think the toys were that heavily advertised on the TV.
So what do you mean when you say it was everywhere?
Billboards.
Oh, right, okay.
You know, sort of like, you know, shops, you know, there was like merchandise. Nearly every shop had merchandising. So maybe you just weren't paying attention.
See, I can remember it for Batman Returns, but I can't remember it for Batman.
So last film that Jumpy saw at the cinema was Godzilla -1.
You know what? It could be the same for me, actually. I don't think I've been this year. Have I been to the cinema this year?
TJ's first film was Space. Is that supposed to be Space Oddity or Space Odyssey? Oh, 2001. A Space Odyssey.
What, 1969?
Yeah. Unless it was a re-release. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Not when it first came out, I might add. Right, yeah. It's like, yeah, Phil's there, yeah. I think everyone would just sort of like doing some maths on that one, thinking, right, let's try and work out how old TJ is.
I could probably tell you if you asked.
No, I think. I mean, I know Dewsbury had one briefly, but I think that's what we need. Really, we need a small movie house. You know that.
Well, we've got one, but it's. I think it's effectively someone showing DVDs on a big screen.
Is it the one that used to be above Heron Foods?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it's still there.
I thought it had shut down.
It could well have done. I mean, I think they were stopping the film halfway and giving everyone a curry.
All right.
You know, like curry and chips. I'd rather carry on with film myself.
I don't know. Don't mind if intermission of curry and chips. That'd be all right with that.
Nah, give me the film. I'll have curry and chips afterwards. D for
But they don't make films long enough nowadays to have intermissions in them.
No, no, they don't. Did you tell me that you've seen -1 now?
Yes, I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, what did you think to it?
Yeah, we're all right.
Interesting to get someone who's not really a Godzilla fan's point of view.
Yeah, it does what it needs to do. You know, it's a Godzilla film. It's not a bad film. It's not an amazing film. It's a good film. It's all right.
Okay.
Are they making any sequels to it?
The director has. Oh, hang on. Let me make sure I get this the right way around. That way. The director has been signed up to do the next Godzilla film, but they haven't said whether or not it's going to be a sequel or just another Godzilla film. I would imagine that he's got an idea of where he wants to take it because he does leave it kind of open-ended.
Well, they kill it at the end, don't they?
They do, but they've established in the film that it can regenerate, it can heal itself.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah, and it does show you a piece of flesh starting to sort of like grow and bubble up, doesn't it? So it's showing you that there's a chance it could regenerate itself even from next to nothing.
Right.
Which, in all fairness, they did the same with Wolverine in the comics.
Right.
And then there's that mark on the back of her neck, isn't there?
Oh, yes, there is, yeah.
So they've left something there for them to follow on from if they choose to. And I like that.
Is that so she can, like, mind control or communicate with Godzilla?
I don't know. It could be something that causes her to mutate. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
That's the good thing with Godzilla. There's no one continuity where you can say, oh, well, this happened then, so that's what that is.
Yeah,
there's that many different versions, and they're all different.
I mean, I don't know if. I mean, I suppose it's probably a novelty thing, isn't it? But I mean, I don't know if it.
They have a torso.
Oh, very good. I don't know if it warranted a black and white re-release.
No, I'm not sure about that. It wasn't actually just a black and white re-release as well. They actually went through and they made it all monochrome from start to finish, rather than just making, flicking a switch.
Right.
If you know what I mean. They did rework it. I've not watched it yet in black and white. Sorry, in minus color.
Yeah, I don't see that. It's not something I wouldn't go back and watch it again in black and white.
I think if I was to watch it again, which I probably will, I will watch it in black and white.
Right.
And I think it's more of a for the fan base, because they've done that for the fan base rather than for cinema goers.
Right.
I think it's more to so that you can view it alongside the original Godzilla.
Right, I take it that's in black and white, is it?
Yeah, it's
Right.
54, isn't it? So
Right.
So yeah, black and white back then.
So they've not done a colorized version of it.
Oh, Godzilla, no,
Right.
no, it's always been.
I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised they've not done a colorized version of it.
Yeah, they don't need it though. To be fair,
Well,
have you ever watched the original?
no, I've not.
Maybe that's something that you should give a try
No.
at some point.
I've watched the very first Godzilla film.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, the Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
Oh, right.
You see. Redorosaurus. That's what it's called in that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, apparently that's the film that sort of like influenced, Godzilla.
It influenced the idea of a monster. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like,
it didn't influence the movie. The film itself. It influenced the idea of a monster.
Yeah.
He wanted to make a film which was a critique on the atomic bomb, and because obviously they just lived through what happened, with Nagasaki, Hiroshima, and at the time they were testing nuclear weapons on a lot of the Japanese islands because it's an archipelago, isn't it, Japan?
Right.
So they were testing bombs. So it was a commentary on that, and they decided to use a monster because of 20,000 Beast from 20,000 Fathoms.
Yeah.
So I don't think there's. I did actually watch the film, but I fell asleep halfway through it. I don't think there's much else that really ties the two together. Apart from monster terrorizing things.
Yeah. It's just a big. It's a big kaiju, really. It's a kaiju. It's a big monster that comes out of the sea and terrorizes the town. Those films as a kid, were just, they were just sort of like, they were just brilliant. I mean, loved dinosaurs and stuff like that as a kid anyway, but that film and, things like Valley of the Ganges and King Kong and Mighty Joe Young, all the like the Ray Harryhausen stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
They're all just just sitting in front of the telly, mouth open, just like like you just
toy dinosaur.
You what? Sorry.
Look at that toy dinosaur.
Yeah, it's just like
Look at that iguana. What have the sellotape to its back?
Yeah. That's probably more in the
Lost World.
Like the People That Time Forgot and the Land That Time Forgot.
Yeah.
Which again are both good films. Doug McClure. I nearly said Troy McClure then.
Troy McClure.
Doug McClure.
Yeah. You may remember me from films like.
Yeah.
Come on.
Let's have a look. So, yes, I might say Rex Sinry still going in Halifax, very small. Phil, liked -1, not a Godzilla fan. Phil would like to have seen 2001 in the cinema. Jumpies, if watching. Oh, he's been posh now. It's Gojira 54. Watch original Japanese version, not the American edit.
Yeah, no, that's 56 is the American edit, and no, don't watch it unless you are watching it to compare.
And TJ is Be Right Back.
Okay.
No.
Right. I don't know which is which now.
Actually, that's a part. I think I might have to have a look, see if there is a. There must be a Ray Harryhausen box set of all these movies. There's got to be. I'll have to have a look.
Unless they're all made by different studios.
No, there is that. Yeah, there is that. I mean, I think we'll probably find that when it gets to like the Sinbad films and things, maybe.
I was just going to say, I've got the Sinbad trilogy, and I've got the. Is it trilogy? It's not a trilogy, is it? It's just two of them.
Yeah, Sinbad, Eye of the Tiger, Is
and
it
seven
Five.
Voyages of Sinbad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you've got it's Jason and the Argonauts.
Jason and the Well, I've got Jason and the Argonauts, and I've got the Sinbad duology.
Yeah.
But yeah, you couldn't get a box set of all of them.
Yeah. Then you've got Clash of the Titans.
Titans, yeah. And is it Wrath of the Titans?
That's later on. That's the thingy, the remakes from a few years back.
What's the original one then? Because
It's just Clash of the Titans.
I'm sure that Arrow have just brought a box set out with 2 of them in it.
I don't recall them doing a sequel to original Clash of Titans. It's is it Harry Hamlin that's the actor in that? He's the lead in that.
I wonder if they've done 3 films then, and they've done the original Clash as well as the remake.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah, might have done that.
I'd have to have a look. I'd have to Google it. But yeah, I don't recall a sequel to the original one. I mean, there might be. I might just not have seen it. You know, it is possible.
19 and 20. Sent 2.
Right. Well, if you'll excuse me, Garth, I'm going to slope off for it because I'm going to go get something to eat.
You're going to leave me all on my own.
Yeah, you're going to be all on your own. So I'll pop back in a bit.
All right, I'll see you in a bit then.
All right. Catch you later on.
Oh, he's leaving me all on my own, folks. That means I've got to do this and keep an eye on the chat. Again, I don't even know where I am. Oh, God, you've been very gabby since I last jumped in. TJ's be right back. Yeah, he said that, didn't he? Yeah. Oh, I haven't cleaned these up yet. Cut them, but I haven't cleaned them. Well, we just started watching Squid Game Series 2. And I'm quite impressed. I thought they would have not managed to keep as much of the intrigue going as what they did with the first series, but now they managed to bring it back on quite well. It's keeping me interested. I'm pretty sure in that first series, though, they go on about his daughter, and apart from sort of like him making a phone call and keeping quiet, they've not mentioned it since. Oh, I've got to make sure I get this the right way around, haven't I? Right. It's that way. Oh, that was a very satisfying click, wasn't it? More of a clunk than a click. Right, C9 and C8. Which is C. Oh, I haven't. Right, okay. Yeah, once you've finished one component, like I finished that, you're supposed to then see what sprues you need for the next ones, and I didn't do that. So I should be able to put all these away now. What I have had out. And just put out the ones that I need. I'm still going to need P1 and P2 apparently, so... There we go. A. What's that one? C. Do I have C here? No, I've got 2 H's there. And I've got a G. And I've got 2 F's. And I've got a D and an O1. I don't need any of these. Oh, I do. I need the O1. There we go. C. Do I need to do 2 as well? I do need to do 2 as well. So let's have that. Let's see. BA17. That's B. I don't need B. P still in the bag. They're both C, so I need both of them. E. Have I had E yet? E's still in the bag as well. H. That H. Wonder how far I'll actually get in this sitting. Eh? Not seen Squid Game. Not seen it. It's bloody brilliant. It's riveting. Same here, jumping. Never see. Well, yeah, I know you haven't. Just watch the other month, not watch the next one yet. All right, okay. Did you enjoy it then, Phil? Did you enjoy it? And yes, my cup of tea is clap cold. Stone cold. Right, C. This one. I said 8 and 9, didn't I? There we go. Obviously, it's a Korean show, and as you know, I do enjoy watching a lot of Korean ones. Oh, bless me. Gesundheit. I do tend to watch in native language though, but because I'm watching this one with the other half, I have to watch it in English. And I do have a good chuckle at the bad acting from the voice actors on some of it. Well, does it need a tidy up? I think I might need a new sharp blade on this knife, you know. Mind you, if I did, I'd end up slicing my thumb. Right, so it's nubs down. Don't think there's a specific way with that. Oh, there is. Oh, there is. Oh. That was okay, says Phil. Gruesome in area. Yes. Yeah. I think what's more gruesome than some of the actual gruesomeness is the attitudes of some of the characters. The greed. It's very telling. I think it's a good commentary on society as well. I have to watch it with subs. Yeah, good man. Good man. I'm going to get around to watching it one day again with subs. The first season available on DVD and I doubt it. 'Cause it's a Netflix series, isn't it? So they want you to, you know, subscribe. To be fair. Oh, there we go. Adjusting my set as we speak. I mean, it's possible. I don't think it is. What's that? C4 and C3. Oh, they look to be smaller pieces than they actually are. I was supposed to do a giveaway live stream at the end of December, wasn't I? It's not going to happen now. I've got some prizes picked out to give out, but yeah, it's not going to happen in the next few days anyway. So maybe I'll do it early January. We'll see. We've got the actual Cosmic Council coming up this week, haven't we? Does anyone want to suggest any topics of conversation? Anything we should discuss? Oh, sliced in too much there. That can't be right. Apparently it is. Literally says there will be a gap. I've done it right. It's H27. E3 and 4. E. Another one for you, Phil, if you haven't already seen it, is Taxi Driver. That's on Netflix as well. Had so much fun with that show. So much fun. Make it a New Year giveaway. Yeah. I know I don't subscribe to Watch the Boys either, but got them on DVD. Maybe they made by Amazon though, or for Amazon? Not sure with that one. That's not Netflix. That's Amazon. Is that? Want a Funko Pop? What, Squid Game? Not the film. Donna meat and pizza slice. Ooh, that sounds nice, doesn't it? I don't know what I'm having for tea tonight. I guarantee you'll appreciate yours when you know which one you got. Is it that bad, Jumper? What did you get? What was it? Hello, James. How are you doing, young man? Hope you had a wonderful Christmas. Donna meat. The capital D suggests it's a person. Okay. IG-12 with Grogu. Strips of hot dog food. Yeah, I suppose it is really, isn't it? Yeah. I always find it a little bit more gritty for some reason. Right, C1. Oh, this looks like it's a shoulder. Help I do it right, won't it? C2. Should have guessed that one. All I can say is when my sister gave it to me, she said the classic line, I got you this because it was Star Wars. Fair enough. Fair enough. Jar Jar Binks. Oh, it's going to be something from Rise of Skywalker, isn't it? It was once when I was younger, now it's takeaway. Hang on, how do you know dog food isn't gritty like Donna meat? Now, you said strips of hot dog. Yeah? So I was comparing it to a hot dog sausage, a Frankfurter. I'll give you a clue. It was the worst selling Black Series figure ever made. Oh, Admiral Holdo. Fair enough. We've got Andy back with us. Hello, Andy.
I'm back. Hi.
can shrink myself down again now. There we go.
I might just have to let the pooch out. Come here, pooch.
Oh, okay. I'm telling you, Phil, it was Admiral Holdo. Actually, it could be Rose Tico. Admiral Holdo or Rose Tico.
Give me a sec. I'll be back.
You'll be back. We were just talking about that, weren't we? Before Ed disappeared, we were talking a little bit of Terminator. Or at least Terminator 2. The cinema excursions of the 90s. Or worst ever, full stop. He survived. Okay, hot strips of hot dog food. She says, Rose, you got it, Gareth. Effie Rose Chico. Don't put that in the giveaway. Yeah, nobody will want it, will there? Nobody would even tune in for that one. Now, technically, I could put a pop in this giveaway because this giveaway's got a theme. It's got several prizes. I think I've picked out 4. But they're all 3.75-inch figures, so a Funko Pop would fit actually in that category. Yep. Right, okay, so now I need P115. I see it. It's there. Yeah, another show that we're watching to at the moment is on Apple TV, and it's called Silo. That's been quite good. Bit of a slow burn, but it's not a bad series. We've caught up to it now as well, where it's literally an episode a week that we're waiting for. We're on the second season. Oh, I can hear movement of an Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
He's back.
I
think he's also chewing as well.
I am. My new filter does not filter out chewing sounds.
Apparently not.
No. Shocking. How goes your Gundam building, sir?
Well, I have a head, a torso, and now I believe I've started an arm.
Oh.
We have one head. Which I think you saw that because you said it was shiny, didn't you? So yeah, you saw that.
Mm-hmm.
We have a torso.
Yeah.
I do think there's still something to be going on at the back there. So yeah, we started an arm now.
Marvellous.
Yes. What are you munching, sir?
I was munching a ginger nut biscuit, sir.
Ooh, ginger nuts.
Yes.
I know someone who likes ginger nuts.
I'm just going to glaze over that one. Moving on. Right.
Remember where you are?
Roughly. Third planet orbiting the sun.
Somewhere thereabouts.
Yes. Yeah, they got that sun probe past the sun, didn't they?
We did, yes.
I haven't really read up on it particularly, but I was aware of the slingshotty sort of thing they were doing.
Yeah, I was nowhere near aware of it until they were saying it was a success. I'm like, what's a success? E1. E, which is E. These, isn't it?
A219. Well, that would be fun if I could see it.
Maybe E1, E2.
Oh, perhaps that's the one that I inadvertently took off earlier.
Oh, did you take the wrong piece off earlier?
I think one popped out when I was trying to take another one off. Yeah, so that's probably it. That's okay though. I've identified it, so no harm done. 3. I think in future I would need a much bigger magnifying device for doing these sorts of sets.
Oh,
This
in
is fine
future,
for-
he's planning on doing more, folks. He's enjoying it.
No, that was a conditional if. I think Lego is probably slightly more my style, I must admit. But I mean, what I will say about it is that even for an entry grade one, it is doing exactly what it says on the tin. You snap them off very easy and you clip them together very easily. And quality wise, I would say this is very good. You know, even if you're having to bop across the sprues a lot, I can see why people would want to do this one because it's not, you know, it's not sticky finger messiness going on because you just click it in and keep going. I'm certainly glad I went when I did to go and get the camera because I don't think I would have wanted to be in that area much later at night. Has to be said.
Really?
The guy was very was fine. It wasn't nothing to do with him at all. It was just kind of one of those, you know.
Yeah. Apply stickers before assembling. Oh, yay.
Getting these fancy stickers. Don't think I've got any decals.
Oh, no, these are stickers. They are actually stickers.
Yeah.
They do some with decals.
What's the well? Hang on. What's the difference? I thought decals were stickers.
No, these are stickers. Decals are those things where you have to use waters. You know.
Oh, okay.
You have to use waters. You know what I mean.
You have to sort of float them off, don't you?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's clever what they've done there. Okay. Okay.
So I can do 2 of these at once.
What point did you lose Ed at?
About 5 minutes ago, so not long ago.
Oh,
He's gone to get something to eat and may join us later.
That's a fairly good piece of tag teaming then. That's good. I will need some food at some point, otherwise I'll just sort of fade out.
Yeah, well, I don't know if we'll go as long as we feel we want to do, and then, you know, call it quits for the night.
Ooh, Andy nearly bought Playmobil Enterprise 200 in TK Maxx. Oh, as in £200 in TK Maxx. Gosh. Have you seen them, Andy? I am aware of the Playmobil items. I think they did that in a Bird of Prey, if I remember rightly.
That sounds right to me.
I'm just sort of struggling to think how they would scale with Playmobil figures, unless they did something special for them. They must have done something odd with the bridge. Did they make the entire saucer section of the Enterprise the bridge?
No, it was a full Starship Enterprise.
So what happens with the figures then?
Well, you can take the top off it, I believe, and you can put the figures inside it.
Well, that's what I mean, you see, because that couldn't possibly be...
Yeah, sorry, the full saucer section is the bridge. Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think that's right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, is that right, Phil? It's based on books. I hadn't noticed because I've been skipping the intro. Ah.
You'd be surprised how much stuff is based on books, though.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised at all. A lot of stuff is based on books.
Is TJ being shouty at me for some reason? He just said the internet equivalent of "You don't get figures. How dare you think that?" I just said,
She
"Sorry."
has apologised.
I know.
I'm sure you get figures. Or is that
You
with
must
the
get
bird of
some
prey?
figures.
I know the bird of prey comes with figures. Comes with Kirk and Spock.
Oh, it's the weight. Oh, yeah. Well, that does make sense now. Still. I can see how this could be your sort of primary hobby if this was your thing.
It is a fun thing, isn't it? It's simple. It's like quite therapeutic until you get something wrong, and then you're like, "Oh, what have I done?
It's always therapeutic right up until you realize you've done something. You have to unpick everything to make it right. I suppose most of you probably saw that post I made about the number of cameras that aren't in PC World anymore. I just found it really odd because I hadn't been in for a while, I don't think, or certainly I hadn't been looking for anything specific for a while. So when I went physically into the store, I literally just could not find the camera section, and it used to be right at the front of the store. And I was like, "Where have all the cameras gone?" And then I had to go halfway.
I would never have thought of PC World for cameras anyway, if I'm honest with you.
Oh, right, interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
I could see why they'd normally sell them as well, but you have to look now, and everybody's got a mobile phone that's got quite a high megapixel camera, so there's going to be very, very little need for most people to have a camera nowadays.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely more sort of a niche hobbyist kind of thing now. There's no two ways about it. You know, it certainly seems like that's the way it's gone. But yeah, it was just really odd. And they literally had four cameras in the entire store, and they were all Canons.
Oh,
it was
really?
just like, well, you've got, and he said he did. I mean, the guy was, the guys are very helpful, and they did say that there might be more at a superstore. But because they do sell more online, but even some of the ones that I was looking for weren't available with a lens and stuff. So I think I've done, assuming the one I've got is properly operational and everything else. I think I've got a really good deal, I hope. But I knew the chap knew his stuff just from some of the stuff he was saying to me just now, and the general kind of quality of his sort of sales page. It was kind of reassuring, because I thought, yeah, he's likely to be the sort who's looked after his kit.
Right. Okay. That's good.
But even I had to justify my use case pretty hard when you consider that I've been, using my mobile phone exclusively to do my content up to this point. It's really only for the sort of the 4K side of things where I'll generate bigger file sizes. I mean, God knows how my PC is going to cope with that as a concept, but we'll see. I'll have to move over to CapCut as well, because the software that I use now will try and put silly banners on things if I try and do 4K videos out of it.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
So I might need to follow your example and sort of upgrade my CapCut or something, just so I'm using something that's vaguely current and will let me do stuff like that.
Well, once you get your head around that, around CapCut, I think you'll enjoy it.
I mean, it'd be interesting to. I don't know if people are sort of violently opposed to Adobe for any reason, but did you look at Adobe stuff at all when you were
I
thinking
never
about?
looked. I always attribute expense to Adobe. I don't know why I do.
But everything's subscription based though.
Well, not necessarily. You can use CapCut without subscribing.
Yeah, I know, but to get the full-fledged stuff, generally speaking, these days you're going to have to pay monthly for it, which I do find odd as a concept for software. It's like,
No,
I mean, I'm
agree.
so old-fashioned, but it's like, I expect to pay once for my software ideally, and that's it.
I suppose it depends how you look at it, because good software has always been very expensive.
True.
You look at an official version of Photoshop, and how many hundreds of pounds can it sometimes be?
But then in the past, it's kind of you pay once and then you get updates, and that's it, kind of thing. That was the way in which people approached it. Whereas now it's very much kind of you rent it.
Yeah, no, I get that. I get that. But CapCut, I mean, I used it for many months before I actually upgraded to the paid for one, and it was just there was something that the paid for one did that I wanted for one particular video, and I can't remember what it was now.
Not in the way of it, isn't it? It's that one thing.
So I thought, you know what, I'll take it out for I'll get my 7 days free trial or 30 days free trial, whatever it was, and I just found myself using an awful lot of the features, which is why I decided to continue subscribing. But
Yeah.
I don't think I'd miss it too much if I went back down to the normal unpaid version. If I'm totally honest with you.
I did use it one time when I inadvertently produced a 4K video. It's like the one time I almost accidentally put the settings on my camera on my phone to 4K. And that was when I discovered that the software I was using would put a sort of big watermark on it. So I went across to CapCut as an alternative just to see if it could output the file at the full resolution without doing anything daft to it.
Right.
And so it did. A324. Oh, I see. I'm looking for completely the wrong thing, aren't I? Duh. 425, is that it, please?
Phil's saying that he might go back and get it anyway. And TJ's saying it must be the bridge. Figures would be 2 millimeters tall, otherwise.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
But it's a clever way to handle it. I mean, the Playmobil stuff has always struck me as being very solidly built. I would definitely see it as being sort of worth it if you were sort of a completist in that sense.
Phil's saying it comes with 7 figures and it's £300 on Amazon.
I could believe it. I don't recall it ever being on my radar. Sorry, say again.
I think when it was first released, it was 400 and some.
Oh, right, gosh.
It was very, very expensive.
I think the thing is, if you're going to be an out-and-out Trekkie type, then you often do have to have quite deep pockets because the stuff does seem to come at a premium.
Well, I think you put an expensive brand with Playmobil with an expensive IP like Star Trek.
Yeah, Playmobil's never been cheap, has it? But it is, as I say, the quality-wise, I would always trust it.
Yeah.
I remember my son had a sort of a water plane. About the one Playmobil thing, he did have that in a fire station, I think. But I always thought they were quite good, solid plastic, chunky things, that wouldn't sort of just snap in 2 seconds flat. So I did appreciate it from that point of view.
Yeah, they are designed to be played with.
Yeah.
And I think they've got the same kind of like play value now as what they even did back in the 70s and 80s. They've maintained it.
Yeah, man, I don't even know how much the ranges have really changed for them over time. It's kind of they're one of those stealth toys, aren't they? Where you somehow you don't seem to see them a lot, and yet they've just quietly kept on going.
That's right, yeah. I do think that what's kept them going in recent years is taking on IPs.
Mm.
Because obviously before it used to be all their own products, didn't it? Their own properties. You know, generic stuff.
I suppose it's like Lego in that sense. Though. I mean, you know, Lego had to adapt to that conception.
That's right.
To
Yeah,
try and survive
definitely.
as well, of course. So
Definitely,
It does
100%.
it does seem to be the way of it. So do you get people ordering Gundam stuff online?
I've got them on the website now, but I don't think I've actually sold any online yet.
So I have to say, I mean, as a sort of, I mean, obviously this is not Lego, but I could see a reasonably bright kid kind of getting into this quite early doors because it's quite logical.
Yeah,
you know.
Well, one of the things I like about it is you get the fun of building it, like you would with any other kind of model kit or anything like that. But then at the end of it, you've actually got a fully posable action figure that you can play with.
Yeah.
You know, or display, whichever one it is that you do.
Oh, I see it. I'm just chuckling because the one thing I'm slightly struggling with visualizing sometimes is the sort of the 3-dimensional aspect of it.
Yes.
Because I have to sort of imagine what the rest of the part is. Not really showing you the part in more than one side at a time. So you're having to sort of understand, trying to figure out and logic which part it's showing you. B1, B2, B3.
That sprue's done, isn't it?
I mean, it's fascinating the tolerances of this as well, because it's sort of, I'm having to put a fair amount of pressure on the actual parts themselves to get them off the sprue. But
Right.
I'm not too scared of actually breaking the parts and doing that, as against, you know, but then the sprue gives up before the part gives up. You see what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Some oil coming there. Has that come out of the? Yeah, it's come out. Out of the nippers. Good to know that they're well oiled by the manufacturer.
Okay, that I'm not. Oh, I see. Is that? Ah, I'm going to. Okay. I've got it. It's quite funny when you're so used to something like Lego. I'm sort of looking at the arrow and thinking, "What do you mean?" And then it's like, "Oh, I see that little bit's a bit fuzzier, so that means I'm putting that bit into that bit." Right, got you. It's just a different. It's a sort of it's a different approach to the instructions.
Yeah, yeah. Once you've built one or two, it does become quite intuitive.
Yes, I can see that. I can see.
Yeah, to be fair. It's H18.
The reason, though, as I say, that's why I was kind of asking how many of these you tended to sell, because I could see this being very, very popular, but I just don't think that many people will necessarily find out about it.
Yeah.
The concept, you know.
This is why I do recommend buying them for people as gifts.
Yes.
And I did actually gift Ed one this Christmas, and,
Did
and a mutual friend of ours as well. But I only did it because I know that Ed's mentioned a few times that he would like a figure of the RX-78 2, which is what you're building now.
Yes.
But he has mentioned that he'd rather it be sort of like 12 inches tall. Well, in Gundam stuff, that'd be a perfect grade, and they're about 200 quid. And I'm sorry, but no.
Sorry, but
I love Ed to bits, but no. So I thought, well, I'll go the next best thing and give him the same model, but in a more affordable scale.
yeah.
And to be honest with you, I just hope he enjoys building it. Same for Gene, who I've got the other one for. I've got him a Zaku, which he's always more into the bad guys.
Oh yeah.
And he does like Char, so I gave him Char's Zaku.
Cool.
And again, I just think he'll enjoy building it, and then he can put it on his shelf afterwards.
Yeah. No, I always hated having to glue stuff together. I remember getting I went through quite a big aliens phase in my teenage years.
Right. Oh wow, yeah.
And I got the alien with an alien egg and a stand, I remember.
Is it the Halcyon kits or the
Halcyon kits? Yes, the very same. So I had to glue those together. It was like, ugh, too much glue everywhere. I got the drop ship as well, which was cool. But again, it was just kind of it was all a little bit too gluey for my taste, I think.
Yeah. I think that's where these excel.
Yes. Well, that's exactly what I was thinking, because this from my point of view is ideal because I don't have to do all that glue faffing.
Yeah.
I
mean, I have found in the past that the V things on the head sometimes need to be glued in.
I remember you saying, yeah.
And that's purely because they're so small and it's a tiny little peg that holds it in place, and they can sometimes drop out. But I think anyone can cope with just popping a little dab of glue on something like that.
Oh yeah, I mean, I can see. I mean, I suppose any of this would potentially benefit from a tiny amount of glue here and there, just for longevity, sort of thing, you know.
It's 10 to 8 already.
Yes.
Didn't realise it was that late. Well, thank you, audience, for sticking with us. Although half of you have disappeared. I don't believe it.
TJ's disappeared as well, the funks of it. She's got her quiz to prep for.
Martin had Playmobil as a kid. TJ does say her niece has about 50 of the play sets. Only plays with the figures, though.
50, wow.
Phil always had bits in a toy box. Like Lego, says Martin, had some bits kicking around. Take care, Orsi. Take care, TJ. Got to get ready for a quiz. Pop in and say hi when you're finished. We'll try to do so. Amazing how much different stuff ended up in the toy box. Yes. Yeah. That's why when you buy a big bag full of vintage Lego, you've always got to go through it and make sure there's no vintage Star Wars weapons in there.
Yes.
Trust me. And a box full of mixed up stuff, says Martin. Always had stickle bricks. I had a tub of stickle bricks as well.
I picked up a box of stickle bricks not that long ago. Did a video on it.
You did. I remember watching it. Oh wow, forgot about them. Stickle bricks, made my own spaceships out of them. I think we all did.
Yeah.
All made spaceships out of stickle bricks. Not particularly way. Looks about right.
Oh, yeah. Look at the diagram, Andrew. Look at the diagram. There we go. Always helps to follow the instructions. RTFM.
25.
RTFM. Do they do Transformers kits like this? Because I'd be amazed if they did. I mean, I suppose the transformation element would be tricky, but
They do. I don't think they transform.
Hmm.
But yeah, they do. In fact, that what Ed was showing when he popped on, Blokey's, they're quite similar.
Oh yes.
At least the large figure version, the one that he just showed, are a little similar. They've got a deformed aspect to them, but that said, Gundam also do deformed kits as well.
Yes. Yeah, I remember those. Yeah.
But there is another company that's been doing them for a lot of years as well. So yeah, they do them. Should have been doing that one at the same time. Right, let's go back and catch up. Otherwise, I'll only have to come back and do it again. See, 11.
I wonder if anyone else actually ever had Polydron. I might have been the only one.
I'd what? Sorry,
Polydron.
that doesn't ring a bell.
No, it doesn't for many people, I don't think. I think it was the sort of thing that you tended to find only in science museum gift stores.
Oh, okay.
It was, how to describe it? It was sort of essentially two-dimensional geometric shapes that interlocked with each other.
Okay.
And for someone like me, it allowed me to make elite spaceships, because elite spaceships are geometric shapes that interlink with one another effectively and then seal themselves up into a solid three-dimensional object by virtue of being able to sort of hinge them. And you know, it was just really nice. It was bright, colourful stuff. There was greens and blues and yellows, you know, very primary colours sort of thing. But you could build them up into quite complex geometric shapes. And that was kind of the idea, I think. So you could get, like, you know, dodecahedrons and things like that out of it if you had enough of it. But because they were sort of perceived as an educational toy, I don't think that they really got a lot of mainstream pickup, particularly. So I think when I was little, we made a rare trip down to London. We went to the National Science Museum down there, and I think I picked them up at that point, because being into my Lego and so on, you know, I thought, yeah, I can kind of see how how I could use that. I mean, I have picked up some because they do still sell it. You can still get big tubs and stuff of it, you know, on Amazon and such like. So it's still a live brand.
That's good to know.
Yeah, I did do a video on it because I did get a tub from my lad when he was little, but that was more for me than him, quite frankly. As is often the way with these things, I suppose.
Yeah, I've done that with the girls, and it doesn't work out the way that you hope it's going to do, does it?
No.
Something I got for them that I thought they might like was Spirograph.
Oh yeah.
No interest.
No interest.
No interest whatsoever.
No, it's sometimes the way of it. Best intentions and all that. I need an A3. A322. Really? Okay. Yeah, it was quite funny. I was getting the camera. I was trying to sound like I knew what I was talking about. Oh yeah, these for determining white balance. Oh yeah. And it's like that. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I could be talking completely out of my bottom here, and I wouldn't have a clue.
He would.
Huh?
I said he would have done.
Oops. Incredibly long lower legs and really tiny upper legs.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a little bit of the design of him, isn't it?
Yeah, but then they've got like huge kneecaps, of course. So
Yep. Which covers half of it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's pushing itself back in. I don't know why.
What else was I watching? I saw the I don't know why I watch these things. I've seen them countless times already, but the sort of the reboot Star Trek film, the first one.
Oh, 2009. I like that film.
I do. I know. I don't dislike it at all, actually. Because again, it's funny because I was just I suppose it's like Generations was. So as much as Star Trek 7 was kind of the bridge between the original generation and next gen,
yeah,
that 2009 film is also another Generations because it's bridging the universes across the altered timeline and the original timeline. So it's
that's what they want you to believe.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, it was cleverly done a bit source, and it did sort of legitimize it if you were an old school Trekkie as well.
Yeah. Well, no. They actually when they made that film, they didn't have a license to use anything that was official canon universe. Yeah. Anything at all. Whatever they put in it had to be 25% different. That includes the Spock that we see at the beginning. So technically, that's not the original Spock. That's another version of it. But they've led us always to believe that it is Spock.
Well, more than that as well.
Quite an interesting one.
But you get a crew photo of them in one of the later films as well, though.
But you do, yes, you do.
So I always did rather accept that as being Prime Spock.
Well, like I say, that's what they want you to think.
That is what they wish you to think. Now, perhaps it's just another different quantum reality.
Yeah.
Because apparently they have some people would have you believe now, and possibly quite rightly, they've actually retconned. Well, say retconned. They've made Star Trek Discovery an alternate universe, non-canon. Yeah, which is really interesting. It's like
it is, isn't it?
I mean, imagine if you've given that lady was like the central focus of that entire series, and they basically just retconned her into oblivion. I'm like thinking that's harsh, dudes. But yeah,
right there for it.
and they did it in an animated show as well. Because I did notice it at the time, and I have to admit I didn't really click what the implications were. Then I saw a sort of a YouTube thumbnail, and I thought, oh yeah, interesting. Because they have confirmed that Lower Decks is categorically canon, basically.
Yeah.
Bye, Jumpy. Jumpy's jumping off.
Sorry, I better catch up with the chat, haven't I?
I don't think there's loads, but A321. I've got the theme tune stuck in my head now. Damn. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321. 321
Right, so everyone tried to comb their hair with stickle bricks, says Jumpy. I don't think I ever did that. Martin's bald, so no, he couldn't do that now. Look at the sweat and tears. I don't think there's either, Joe.
No, we're pretty cool, calm, and collected here, really, I think.
I remember using them as barriers for figures or soldiers. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
I did. I could make a good base for Action Force figures or Star Wars, says Martin. The Constitution is strong with. I think he means the concentration.
Yeah.
I could never do spirographs because I had one, got bored of it easy. I enjoyed doing them. I don't think
I actually owned a set.
Pardon?
I don't think I ever actually owned a set
No.
personally.
Okay.
I saw them, but I'm not sure I actually owned them.
I don't think I personally had stickle bricks. More a school pastime for me. Right, okay, yeah. Yeah, schools had them.
Yeah.
Large Lego. Yeah, Duplo.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was a staple of nurseries everywhere. I think Duplo.
Yeah.
Too big to swallow, so it's always a good thing.
So Jumpy, gotta go get a bite to eat. Great stream chat, everyone. Take care. You look after yourself, Jumpy, and all the best for the new year. Discovery was bad though. Yeah, I did the first 2 series and it hurt to watch those. So I didn't go any further. See ya, Jumpy. Bye, Jumpy, I think he means. TJ says bye to us as well. Right, have I cleaned these up yet? Don't think so.
She hasn't from 6 and 5. B10.
Joe's asking, show your Gundam stuff. Well, I'm doing it now.
I have legs.
You have
and a
legs? Excellent. Oh, you're nearly done.
I'm just looking for some side guards for his hips now, I think. Beyond 10 there, please. I'll get out of my head. Star Trek 2009 theme tune.
Michael Giacchino, is it?
I have no idea, but it's funny because my son and I were having this. We were doing a sort of quiz on YouTube where they were sort of, they sort of give you like 10 seconds of a theme tune, and you have to guess it. I was just going John Williams, Zimmer, John Williams. I was doing surprisingly well as well.
Wow! So this one is large enough for it to come with posable fingers and thumbs.
Wow. That's big. That is big. Ooh,
and that's what it wants me to do now.
Compatible with connectively action base sold separately. Okay. Does that mean I've actually... Is that it? Oh, that is it. Okay.
So...
And now my Gundam is complete.
Is it? Well, that might be a good time for us to call it a day then.
Wolfgang durch Gundam.
Let's stick you on big. There we are.
There we are.
It's got a complete Gundam, ladies and gentlemen.
That is the RX-78 Tour Gundam.
It is. You've got the weapons still to build, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got a shield and weapons to build yet, but Integrate Gundam.
Some stuff.
Marvelous. But I mean,
now are you going to do them another time? Are you going to do them now or another time?
Yeah, well, I'll mooch on with it. I've nearly finished all my sprues now, so I might as well just carry on. But no, I mean, it's probably not sort of maximum articulation, but I think it's not. I think it's probably the right amount of articulation in many respects.
They're good
because it's got shoulders, it's got elbows, knees. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad at all. Not bad at all. But it's funny because the first one I picked up years ago, probably from sort of Forbidden Planet or something. When I was
have you
still
done
at
one before?
university. I hadn't. No, I didn't build a kit, but I've got this one. And at the time, I wouldn't have had a clue what it was. And I don't even. Some of it seems to have dropped away now as well. This is like a vinyl figure I had from years back.
Ah, right. Yes. Yeah.
As you can see,
a lot of those.
yeah, it shares a lot of similarities with the one I've just built. In fact, the one I built is actually bigger than it. But it's got exactly the same sort of guards just above its feet and everything else. It's very, very reminiscent of it. I can't remember which anime this one's from. But I have actually seen the anime since, and it wasn't until I saw the anime that I knew where that had come from.
Give you a clue of what I'm working with here, yeah?
What?
Right. This one comes with its own stand. Yeah.
Cool.
That's the base for the stand.
The base for the stand.
That
Yikes.
one part is the base for the stand.
Grief.
It's bloody massive.
So Gareth, where will you be putting this large?
That's a pretty good question.
That's why I'm asking it.
Yeah, I haven't got that far yet.
Mine is conveniently scaled for anywhere, but I suspect yours isn't.
No. That's F. That's D. P1 and P2. C. C.
Right. So what do I need to do now then? So I've got a shield. I've got a...
G? Oh, I've got G. I'm looking for B, not G.
Okay, so I've got his rifly bit here.
Oh,
Can't even read the text without. Attachable to the left hand as well. Well, thanks for sharing that.
that's G.
I would never have thought you could attach it to the other hand. I mean, even the most ham-fisted child is unlikely to be able to destroy these parts coming off the sprue.
Yeah.
Fair dues to them, and it is very, very cleverly done. Right, that's his weapon there. His weapon is completed.
Right, so that's that one. But I'm going to do that one at the same time. He says. Okay.
Bum, 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 bum.
11, 12, 13. Without hull. I just have a hull.
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh, we'll see. 11, 12, 13.
So according to my leaflet here, it says the high grade series next. The standard Gunpla series with a plentiful lineup. It says.
Yes. Yeah, high grade, it's sort of like I'd say it's just the standard. It's the one that they do the most of.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same size and scale as the one that you're doing. technically the same scale as the one I'm doing. It's just this one's a big boy.
So how can it be the same scale then if it's a big boy?
Because it's bigger in the show.
Oh, I see. Got you.
Yeah, it's much bigger in the show.
Near the last piece, it's the first time a little tiny bit of sprue actually managed to hold onto the piece.
Yeah. Oh. It's okay. So Martin says, "Oh, that's a good one. Best movie soundtracks." Well, we'll save that for the Cosmic Council then on Wednesday night, so we've got something to talk about. The race is on now to see who will come out on top, says Joe. Andy's certainly going to finish before I do. No sword, says Phil. He's got a sword. He's got a beam saber. So many good ones. I think that's in response to the score. Is it's called Death Safe. Are you getting?
I think he means my Gundam that I showed.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
death. I think he means Death Scythe.
Death
Possibly.
Scythe. Yes.
I seem to remember that I did have a scythe for him once. No idea where it is now.
Ah.
lost
Hello.
the time, I think. Hello
Pod
there.
Racing Palpatine is with us. What are we building? We're both building a couple of Gundams.
Gundams.
Andy's got the entry grade RX-78 too. I've got the
You've got the big boy.
I've got the Gundam Seed Destiny Destroy Gundam, which is bloody big. My head for scale. So I'll be at this one for a while. How are you doing, Palps? Are you okay? How do these go together?
That's clever. I like that from a sort of a posability look kind of. Look at that. That's great from a little model.
Awesome, isn't it?
You can put his shield on his arm. That's great.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very cool. Nice touch. Well played, Bandai. Well played. It is Bandai, isn't it? Yeah.
It is, yeah.
Of course it is. Who else could it possibly be? Do they own Tomy these days? Or who does Tomy own these days?
Takara.
Takara.
Takara Tomy. It has been for a decade as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. So we can actually. Oh, that's interesting.
Right, yeah, so you did 11, 12, 13 twice per hand. Okay.
That's interesting. See, he's actually got a sort of variable. You can choose to put his shield on into his hand as well.
That's right, yeah.
And but you can actually vary how a piece is fitted in order to allow that to happen as well.
Oh, you certainly can.
Which is interesting because it means having to take it back out again after you've already put it in because you followed the instructions as originally shown. Well, perhaps I'm not bothered with that then. So I think that's me done.
Well done.
Hmm.
It's all right, isn't it, for some? Oh,
It's now encouraging me to try panel lining.
well, that's a whole other board game.
It very much looks as if it might be, yes.
I'm good, thanks. Just painting up a Deadpool R5 unit and a Wolverine R2 unit. Excellent. I'm painting Lara Croft, Chewbacca, a Klingon bird of prey, Babu Frick, Bastila Shan, and on and on and on. Cool stuff. Very
Much
cool.
the paint you still have.
But, panel lining. I did one once. See if I can get it down without knocking everything over. I probably can't actually. Oh, okay.
Hmm. You know when you get to the end and you feel like you've still got some pieces left?
Oh, yes, there's some pieces left. That's about right. So this
Right.
guy's panel lined. Let's put...
B14. Where should I have used B14? Because I feel like I've missed it.
There we are. This one's got panel lining on it.
Oh, yes. Yeah, it just
I
popped,
won't
isn't
say that I did a particularly good job. Because I don't feel like I did. But I weren't even using the correct product to do panel lines with, to be honest with you.
So, but so the thing is, I've still got my beam saber left over, but I haven't seen it mentioned once.
I don't feel like you need instructions on how to build the beam saber.
No, but where's it supposed to be inserted? Is my question.
Well, the two things go in his shoulders.
Oh, I see. So those are just the hilts for it.
And
And
yeah, they're the hilts.
oh
and
yeah,
you
it's got a tiny
pull
hole.
it out to turn it on.
I got you.
Yeah, which is why you won't have anywhere to attach it.
No. So it's got a teeny tiny. Yeah, so you got to give it to them. I mean, they've not missed anything, have they? Fair dues.
Not
Even
really,
for a tiny sort of entry grade sort of thing, they've not missed anything.
Well, at the end of the day, they want you to like it that much that you're going to go carry on and buy more.
Indeed,
Yeah.
indeed, and it is, as you say, because it is the sort of the starter for what could be potentially be the rest of the hobby. They don't want to mess it up, do they?
No, very clever. It's very.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. But obviously, as you say, how many years have they been doing this now?
Well,
I mean, when you think I was showing that Terrahawk stuff from 40 years back, and this is still them.
Yeah. I nearly bought a Terrahawks item yesterday.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, boxed. Is it Hawkwing?
Oh yeah.
Looked to be in incredible condition. When I had a look, they seem to be going for between 150 and 200 online in the box.
Yeah, I mean, it's arguably the biggest model that you can get. Certainly the biggest box, I think, even
Right.
compared to the Battlehawk. So it looks really, really impressive. And apparently they actually used that one in the show.
Right.
Because it came out during the show, and they actually used it as a sort of a backup Hawkwing model because it is that accurate. So, if you want something to reproduce what you see in the show, you can do far worse, basically, is what it boils down to, because they actually did use it in the show. So it's kind of a fact following fiction or something. I don't know, but something like that.
Well,
Right.
the guy who was selling it wanted 80 for it.
80.
Yeah.
That's
thought-
eminently fair.
Yeah. So I was just about to buy it when I saw that one of the wings had been very, very badly repainted on the silver part.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, so I don't know what I'm doing here in regard. I don't know what it's supposed to look like, but I know that silver's wrong. And I was then left thinking, it's like, what if there's something else that's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it did put me right off. Which is
Did it
a
have
shame because obviously the price was brilliant.
Did it have any missiles with it?
Had missiles with it, they were still on the sprue.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Again, surprisingly not uncommon as well.
Yeah.
Oddly.
So
It's just like anything else, though. I mean, I've seen some of them just sit on eBay for a
Oh,
long
yeah.
time. So you just don't know. It takes some of these sausage like me to wander along and want to suddenly buy it to be able to shift it. That's the thing with them.
there is that. But I think it also needs me to know what it is I'm buying as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have fell for it if I hadn't noticed this badly touched up silver area, and I was like, right, okay, I've recognised that now. So, is there anything else wrong with it?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wouldn't know. There's a good chance I wouldn't know.
Oh, so it's the armor. That's what I've missed.
Oh, have you now?
There's a little teeny bit of extra coverage on the arm piece, just above the elbow joint. That's what I've missed.
Yes, I've done that before as well.
Because it doesn't look radically wrong. It's just not quite right either. I think I can just add that on. It says confidently. It does require a degree of concentration at all times, these,
Oh, yes.
to make sure that you're not missing something blindingly obvious. Oops.
Joe says up it, upper back. I'm not sure what he's referring to.
The moral of this story is always check your sprues for any bits that you may have missed. Right, there we are. So now it's got all its little armor pieces, I think.
How do I do a thumb? 8 and 9. What, no 10? What's the 10 for?
I think that's all my sprues done. No other pieces left behind, I don't think.
You have got that music stuck in your head, haven't you?
Well, that was the Next Generation theme tune. I was seeing if anyone would notice.
Well, I noticed the music. And I recognised it as Star Trek.
Yes. No, it's interesting. I've got it's partly because I've got a Spotify playlist going on at the moment, which my phone keeps picking up whenever I get in the car. It's just all sorts of random stuff like The Last Starfighter and Galaxy Quest and things like that, you know. But it's someone's obviously taking the time to put the official versions of them into a playlist. But it also does various Star Trek themes and so on as well into the mix. So got a bit of that on the brain at the moment. Well, thank you for your kind donation of the Star Trek.
Well,
Star
call
Trek.
it a Christmas present. As long as you enjoyed building it, that's the main thing, really, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I mean this was far less painful than my normal sort of gluing things together attempts. I mean that's as a snap fit sort of kit, that's definitely nice to do.
But it's something that I figured would fit in with sort of like one of your shelves anyway. It's...
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't really have many. I don't really have a sort of a model kit or even don't even have an anime shelf really, as such. So I'm not quite sure where I'd put him. But did they start in the 70s with Gundam? They probably did, didn't they?
Well, the series was 79, so yeah, I am at 78 or 79, 79, I think. So yeah, it would be then, wouldn't it?
Just on the edge, sort of thing, the 80s. Yeah.
I've missed a piece. Can I put it in afterwards? Let me see.
Oh, no.
H10. It needs to click. H10. Oh, that's that piece what I mentioned, isn't it?
This might be indicative of the fact that after 3.5 hours, it might be a good time to
yes,
resume later.
Definitely. But I do want to try and do this bit. I tend to have goals where if I start a section, then I finish that section.
I understand.
Yeah. Even if it's just the head. But in this case, we've done the head, the torso, and we're on with an arm. I might not be able to finish the arm, though, because I did start doing both of them halfway through. There we are. That's the satisfying click I was looking for. I think I've put the fingers in the wrong way around, so let me just twist them. Yeah, look at that. Actual posable fingers.
Very cool.
That's incredible. They're more posable than my fingers. And they have, you notice the holes in the ends of them?
Yeah.
Well,
spiky fingernail bits.
Comes with all these lasers.
Yeah, good lord.
And it does actually fire lasers out of all of its fingers.
I hate to be his chiropodist then. Is that the right word? Is that what I mean?
Chiropodist would definitely toenails. I don't know about fingernails as well, possibly. No, I think they're just feet experts, aren't they? I don't.
Yes, you're right. No, I think you're right. Pedicurists,
Yeah,
perhaps. I don't know. Pedicures, perhaps, would be the right word.
Yeah, that'll do me for tonight. I'm happy with that. Chat. Oh well.
Chat.
One more line, and that's Phil saying, "Customs palps."
Oops.
Right. Okay then. Well, thanks for sticking with us. It's been 3.5 hours. Sorry.
Much apologisings.
Yes. Or you're welcome, depending on your point of view.
Yeah, indeed.
Right, are we off?
I think so.
Have you got anything coming up, Andy, that you want to mention?
I will be having a look at the Enterprise B at the start of next week.
The Enterprise B, what, Diamond one or Playmates?
Diamond, yes.
3D prints or Bandai kits that he's building.
Mm.
Right, okay. I don't think I've got anything ready to drop just yet. I need to think of something tomorrow just so that you subscribers, channel members and whatnot get early access to something.
That's something.
Because I was thinking like, all right, well, the next video I do then will be the Doncaster Toy Fair video, but that's Monday, is that?
Yes,
so
that is Monday.
Tuesday. It's like, right, that's not going to be out in time, is it, for Tuesday night? And then you give you guys 2 days early access. So I need to think of something else.
And on that bombshell,
Yeah. Right, we've got and look at that. He's just turned up. We're going now, Steve. Good night. Right. We'll go out on what we came in on, I think. Good night, everyone. Bye-bye.
good night.